fun.
Welcome back to Star Wars, everyone, where we will be talking about Ace Attorney the entire time. Tez, take us away.
Oh my
MS Sky is pretty cool.
What?
She's fine. Anyway.
Okay.
I accidentally just exposed the Star Wars chat. Oops. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
What do you mean the Star Wars chat? Like the Discord chat?
The Discord chat. I exposed all the war crimes we're
Oh.
committing in there.
All our
It's
viewers
over.
can see that we hate them.
Wow.
All none of them.
We're gonna get our ad revenue from now.
I wish I was making ad revenue money.
Fucking, you kidding me? Passive income like
What's that one like gamer shake thing?
Jameson.
Click the button.
Hold on.
Boy, button time.
I'm killing you, Jamie. I'm sorry.
G Fuel. This stream is sponsored by G Fuel. Go click the link in the description and do the thing. Give us
Mhm.
money.
Actually, it's sponsored by T-Fuel, anyway.
Oh, that's much better.
Now
Not for your
with more
body,
lead.
like for us.
No, we're sponsored by Fuel, the gasoline industry.
Luke,
We're going big oil here.
Legally, it's only 50% gasoline.
Luke, you're not allowed to say it. It's true, but you can't say it.
There have been some accusations of fuel within the product that have not been confirmed.
Reminds me of...
All right. I don't care what it reminds you of. We're moving on.
God.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Your strain thresholds are reduced by 1.
Oh!
Oh shit.
Except...
She already knows. Your wound thresholds do go up by 1, though.
Wait, you mean Sophia, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Except for
She already knows.
Yeah.
oh, both times. God damn. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Sophia, you get hit with a double whammy today.
At least one of them's good.
Yeah.
Didn't this happen last session too? This matches the numbers I already had on my sheet.
If so, that's very funny, but I can't recall.
Nothing ever
We had
happens.
double strain last session, so no.
Okay.
Last session, I got hit with -4.
That
Right.
sounds right.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Let's cut
Uh,
a blinks and suddenly feels less tired.
Where we begin is you lot have rapidly fled from the Imperium Supply Depot, having narrowly escaped your encounter with this group of mystery assailants.
Mm-hmm.
These fucking droids.
You make it out a little bit into the jungle, enough that you're confident you're not currently being followed. The last remaining sounds of battle die down in the distance, as it sounds like the local insurgency and the clones have withdrawn from the fight.
Sweet.
You have in your possession the detonator for the 4 of the 6 charges you successfully planted.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass that on to the Rebellion or Resistance. God, I always mix it up. Is it Resistance?
Resistance, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Rebellion is the canon one.
Yes. I should know this. I love Andor.
Yeah, you can pass it on, or you could detonate it now. It depends if you want to... It all comes back to if you want to bank on it making its way to the main encampment, or if you want to blow it here.
Right. I think if I remember correctly, we did a decent enough job at least hiding why we were there. So we might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I think we should try and hold off. If we think we're doing good enough, we should try and continue to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give the detonator over to the resistance and let them deal with it.
Alright. You continue out into the jungle a little ways before signaling for a pickup. You were told to signal when you were done.
Mhm.
You get picked up as one of the LAAT gunships swoops down under the jungle canopy and allows you to get on board and takes you back to the forward operating base here on the planet where Thoran's clones have set up along with the local militia, as you might recall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in total maybe 4 hours since you set out on this mission as you return.
That's not too bad.
The gunship drops you off at one of the platforms on the hideout here. And flies off towards one of the nearby fueling depots. Get ready for whatever's next for it. You probably best go make contact or make a report with Commander Ratch and whatnot. Let him know how things went.
Yes. Should probably.
You might
inform
also
about
have
those
questions for him.
droids. Or maybe ask if they knew about those fucking droids.
Either way, probably talk about those fucking droids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna just head straight to Commander Ratch?
Yep, let's do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
No reason to dally.
You make way into the canteen, into the local bar here that's been converted into the this forward operating base.
Hell yeah.
You step in. Ratch notices your approach and gestures for you to come towards the command table they've set up here again. Or well, not again. It's the same as when you were last here. Your approach looks you up and down, says, "How did it go?"
We succeeded for the most part. Had some minor issues.
Timothy is going to step forward. We were able to plant the bombs. Hopefully, if all goes well, those bombs should make their way to the booth, and that's when we will detonate.
Glad to hear it went well, and that we're able to do as the general suggested and bring these explosives into their main compound.
What we
The
weren't.
general will know that, be pleased. Sorry.
We, however, were not prepared for the defense they had prepared. They appear to have some more advanced droids willing to defend.
Stealth models.
Sorry, what was that, Lute?
Stealth models.
Ratch quirks his eyebrows as stealth models.
Some sort of cloaking field. Looked like they were wide variety, custom built rather than mass produced. At least one had the ability to remove its eyes and send them out as drones.
Yeah.
Ratch
Timothy
gestures
Timothy's-
over. Yes, Jamie?
Timothy shudders at the imagery of it.
Ratch gestures hand out, gives a wave. One of the other clones looks over, grabs a data pad and brings it over to Ratch. He taps a couple of the buttons on it. Like, I received some reports about some weird-looking Imperium troops in the field. I assume that those are the ones you had the encounter with. I didn't know what to make of it. Unreliable source and whatnot.
Becca will give like a very brief, physical description.
They were black and green, weren't they? That was their main color scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
At least that's what it looked like from what you could see.
Yeah.
You seeing the Yoda punch image?
What? Oh, the fucking
Nothing.
the Rin thing.
Jedi consensus is that Yoda is sick for this one.
Oh god. Never mind.
Anyway.
Right. Well, it's good to see that you have made it back from that encounter unscathed, at least. Well, would you rate? He turns his attention towards Bacta specifically. What do you rate your threat assessment?
Oh, give me a sec. Defenses were, at least the defenses we came across were fairly strong, but hastily put up. They're still getting everything together, but so stealth droids I'm worried about there. Was at least a decent enough sniper, and whatever capabilities they all have, no way to predict them.
They were definitely a threat.
I'll pass information to the general and see if he has any insight to offer. For now, we'll keep our eyes on this on the supplies being shipped out to that depot, and we will detonate them once we know they've returned or they've arrived at their destination at the Imperium's forward base here. So you earn yourself some rest, so I suggest you take it.
Affirmative.
I'll not argue with that, Commander.
Dismissed.
Alrighty.
Alright, does anyone need a medical check?
Just wounds.
No,
I'm
actually.
not in desperate need if someone needs it more than me. I don't know how much. Well, if we're taking rest time, I assume.
I
Yeah.
Timothy shakes his head.
It's
No,
all over the place.
I'm fine.
Is that confirmed rest from Tez?
Yeah.
Okay.
You will not be called to any further action for the remainder of this day.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm also, since we had an encounter, going to do a mechanics for myself to try and clear my last critical injury.
Tez, it appears our the destiny points are gone.
Oh, I
you
see
said.
that they just suddenly disappeared. I see it.
I think it was 5-3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You forgot to increase the difficulty by 1 for doing a mechanics check on yourself.
Oh, you're right. I'll just roll an additional die. Okay.
Chill.
Nice.
If Bacta could take a look at my big fucking chest bruise from getting punched.
Alright, what difficulty is it?
Oh, no, just wounds.
Oh, wounds. Okay, how many wounds then?
Under half.
Under half, so difficulty 1. Heal. Wait, no, it's not 4. Where's my surgeon? 6 wounds.
6 wounds.
Actually, go ahead and add 2 boost die, please.
Oh.
Okay.
As you are able to make the Thran Force will let you make
Well.
use of their medical. You know, they allow you to, since you're taking a rest time, you are able to not use their supplies per se, but you are able to, rely on their expertise and help as well.
Thank you, Tez.
I also
But
forgot
unfortunately, it didn't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna try something stupid. I'm gonna try and treat my gruesome injury, critical injury, because it's the
Sure.
only one I have.
Anyone
So I'm
can
gonna
assist?
take it. Your assistance probably will not help that much. I am
Yeah.
almost certainly better at it. So it's difficulty 4 plus 2 for
Yeah.
feeding myself. -1 because of my ECM backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to spend 2 strain to do another -1. Basically reduce it back down to 4.
Upgrade it once, because I feel like it.
And then I get 3 boost die. 2 from the facilities and 1 from my backpack.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright. There you go.
That doesn't mechanically change anything, but it just... I'm now no longer
Well,
critical.
It mechanically changes so that you are not at a constant
Yes.
plus 10.
Yeah.
Now, you'll have to look into ways to do anything about those missing attributes or characteristics, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just some form of long-term care.
Well, it's what I decided to be.
No.
Hence the some form.
Yeah, you all take some time to rest. You can just go ahead and hit the rest button.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to mention I could also use a medical check as I am sitting at 10 out of 18 wounds currently.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, back to able to give you a check. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, take 6 wounds and a triumph, which I don't know what the triumph's going to do, but you get it.
Yeah.
Yippee!
You just feel real good.
You get a bonus 1 characteristic. Use it wisely.
Your teeth feel like
You
extra
do
clean today.
not.
No, you
Your
get
breath smells really fresh.
you get 10% bonus defense against the like what was it? What did we decide it was? Like the fucking Twix or whatever that the like half melted Twix that gives you an extra characteristic. But it was like
the butter.
the butter, yes.
But actually, the triumph is back to clears the calculus from your teeth. Well done.
Wow. You feel nice and smooth.
Your breath is improved by 10%.
I don't think teeth are supposed to be smooth.
I mean, if they're clean, and you run your teeth like your tongue along them, then
I
yeah,
mean,
you
they
should be
feel
smooth.
smooth, but they're not.
Right. Yeah. You brush your teeth, right, Bogan? We're putting it in a blast on stream.
No, I don't actually.
Oh yeah, fair enough. You are actually helping the ecosystem by not abusing chemical
Not
processes in the toothpaste.
No, you should brush your teeth.
No, you should. You
Yeah.
should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't as often as I should, but I do.
My.
I mean, yeah, you're a Twitch streamer.
The one
Hey,
piece
at least-
of medical advice. Oh my god, will you shut the fuck up?
I'm sorry.
The one piece of medical advice I give people, I say, if there's one thing you actually really genuinely should do that I was just not good enough at doing, it's brush your goddamn teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. If there's just one thing you do in terms of like personal hygiene, it should be brush your goddamn teeth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they will, in fact, get cavities.
That will come back and hit you so hard if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I know it sucks, but you should also floss.
Yeah, that's the really hard one for me. I always forget.
That's me too. I find it uncomfortable.
Right. It's like eating an apple.
The fuck are you talking
I
about?
like eating apples.
Yeah, Stick, you're alone on that one. Sorry, bud.
I knew I
No, eating an
knew
apple.
that was gonna happen, but I had to hope that you would get it, and you don't.
Point is, brush your damn teeth.
Yeah.
I
and
assume
floss.
you mean the feeling of stuff stuck between your teeth.
Yeah. The
But why is
sensation
your
of
example
waiting
for
in
that
the-
an apple when there are so many more foods that get way more stuck between your
If
teeth?
I was going to pick
Okay,
the
that's
one
true.
food that gets stuck between you, I would go with popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the
I-
popcorn little like
I
piece.
hate eating popcorn. Like, completely genuine. The taste is fine. The experience of eating popcorn is awful.
It doesn't happen that often, but sometimes you get like that one little wedge stuck in your gums, and it's just
Yes,
like it's actually
Yeah.
It's
painful.
awful.
It's
Mhm.
horrible. Fuck. I hate it.
Well, Sophia, you get treated up a little bit by back to take some time to tend to your wounds as well. At least some of them.
At least some of them.
And as I said, you can all go ahead and hit the rest button because you do get a full rest
Mhm.
Yippee!
Got it.
if you haven't already. As well, I don't know if you're up to anything in particular, but you are certainly not called on for the remainder of the day.
Let's see. There was something I was going to do. Oh right. Was how to pronounce her name?
What's
Was Tia there during the meeting? What's Tia? Sorry.
The meeting with Commander Ratch? No, she was not present.
Okay.
Good track her down.
She's gonna ask the clones if they've seen where she is because her own troops will probably ignore me.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you make me a little bit of a check, please?
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a charm check.
Charm. Oh, I'm great at charm. What
Yeah.
difficulty?
I'm gonna go ahead and say. Let me think about this. I'm gonna make it a difficulty 4, and I'm gonna give
Okay.
you a boost die.
Boost die. Okay. No setback.
No setback.
Okay.
You would cancel the ones I would give you anyway.
Yeah, but it's satisfying to cancel.
Yeah, okay. You shattered some of the clones. A couple of them give you some pointers in Otea's direction. You get. She's likely. You're told where she's most likely to be found, but ultimately the clones aren't able to give you a surefire place to find her.
Okay. What places do they suggest looking around then?
Towards the top of this of the settlement here. She's probably up there keeping an eye on out over the jungle canopies.
That makes sense. You know what? I think Dora will go see and see if you can talk to her.
Okay. Real quick as well, loot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
The medical supplies that you pilfered
Yeah.
from the supply depot. Would you like to commit them to General Thoran, or would you like to keep them to give them to the Resistance?
Given, I think I'm gonna hand them over here.
You're gonna hand them over here, okay? Then for
More immediate need for it.
then that will definitely help improve your standing with Thoran and his soldiers. And I'm going to go ahead and say that you get that all of you, as long as you're on this operation, get a boost die to interact on any form of interaction with other clones here,
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
or really anyone who is engaged with Thoran's faction,
Right.
and as their gratitude.
Yippee!
Right. I wanted to check that what was on my mind. Also, the unused plasma charges.
Right.
Do you return them?
I
mean,
mean, I
it's-
would personally say that we could totally use those, but also,
But also, they're not really ours. They belong to them.
I was gonna say it might not be without more charges. They're also not that super useful.
2 plasma charges remaining collectively. So the question, I just want to know if you want to return them, the unused plasma charges.
I think we should return them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the 2 of you that has the remaining 2 charges, which should be, I believe, Dara and Bacta,
Yep.
just go ahead and remove those from your inventory.
Okay.
Right. And it's that plus the medicine has really lowered my encumbrance.
Yes, I would imagine so.
Oh, That reminds me, someone had Timmy had a scatter gun. You want it back?
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you.
Yeah, I bet.
I will-
Okay.
I'll do this.
Oh, I just put it in
Oh
the
yeah, you
grid.
forgot about the
Oh.
last remnant of your
Yeah.
old team, and last connection to your friend.
It's in the egret, Jamie. You can just grab it from there.
Thank you.
All right, Stick. Dara makes her way up. Climbs up this mountainous little settlement. Along this mountainous spire towards the platforms at the top. Two members of the local militia are here, along with there's a landing pad up here for with notably no military ships. It looks like civilian ship up here. Either way, you are able to spot Vatea. She's up here on the platform, looking out over the tops of the jungle canopy and all the tall mountainous spires.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Everything going well?
Are you okay? You're approaching.
Yeah.
The two other members of the local militia present stop you before you get close.
She doesn't resist.
Like hold out, a hand, and one of them looks you over, very judgmentally. Turns after a few moments, turns their head towards Vatea, who looks over, turns partially to look, eyes Dara up for a few moments before giving a hand gesture, and you are let past.
Okay. She walks on past them.
You come close with Vatea, takes the initiative of the conversation. What do you want?
I wanted to speak with you after the last excursion.
Then this is not a matter you could direct to the Commander Ratch, is it?
I think you would prefer if I didn't.
She turns to face you, looks at you with a kind of unreadable expression, says, Are you attempting to threaten me?
Not remotely. I'm just putting our cards on the table.
Then speak.
We found the mining equipment. We know it's here. I wanted to
And
ask when you were
the Imperium could be
planning on
mining for anything.
I also found the records. I'm not here to grill you or threaten you or anything. I just wanted to ask.
Did you say you found records?
Oh yeah, she's bluffing.
Yeah, make me a deception check.
Okay. She's basically trying to trick her into admitting what's here without actually. Okay, what difficulty?
I understand the goal. I just wanted to make sure that I caught the fact that you were lying there.
Yes.
Let's see. It's either against her discipline or perception.
Discipline.
Discipline's used for fucking everything. Hate this skill.
It really is.
Yeah.
Hate this goddamn skill. Okay, it's going to be deception versus challenge 3 difficulty 1.
3 difficulty
And
1.
also, one moment.
Okay.
I'm unfortunately not quite done. She does have nobody's food,
Okay. This will be interesting.
which is going to let's see. It is for deception check. I just had to check. So it is going to be upgraded an additional 2 times.
Okay, upgraded 2 more times, so that's challenge 4, 1 difficulty.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Nothing else.
Okay. Now the question is, do I want to rely on unmatched tradecraft to get rid of any failures, or do I want to try and adjust the skills a little more? Let me check my things. Did I not buy that yet? Okay, well I can't use that. It's my bad. I probably should have done that earlier, so it's not applicable now.
Oh boy, I can't wait for Dara to get in trouble with another group of clone troopers and get us all into hot water.
Well, it's not the clone troopers. It's the other
The local
people.
militia.
Yeah. Rhetoric. That's charm, not deception. Okay, I think the most I can do here is then. Wait, let me check real quick.
Have light points. Well, you can have a light point.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing I can do, because I have stuff that can help me with stealth or charm or thing, but deception is not. Okay, then I'm going to just have a light point. I'm going to upgrade my ability. And we're going to roll. Okay. Wait, what? I was totally ready to get rid of those failures. Okay. I will actually use Unmatched Tradecraft. I will tap another light point, and I'm going to get rid of that despair.
Are you able to get rid of specifically a despair?
I get to choose which dice I want to eliminate. And I have the upgrades that let me use it on challenge dice.
I see. Unfortunate, but fine.
Yes. Okay, cool.
I carry on with what you were saying.
I'm not planning on letting this out, as it were. But if we're more honest with each other, perhaps I can lend you a hand.
She thinks. She mulls over what you have said in response. I have Iris and Lute. I have a mechanical question, real quick.
Mhm.
That one of you will know the answer to, just because it came to mind. And this is just me making sure, but sorry. I have the question in mind. I have to make it comprehensible.
Mhm.
Is Dara able to use unmatched tradecraft on this check, even though she used a light point to increase ability?
Oh, that's a good argument. That's a good argument.
Because that is technically speaking using multiple destiny points
Now that you say, I don't think
on the same
so.
check, and it didn't come to mind until now.
Yeah, that is pretty explicitly using 2 light points on the same
Okay.
action.
That is my mistake. You want me to undo
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you just recoup the last one and the despair stands. It's
Okay.
more or less because the check is still as it should be, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the check itself is not altered. It's just like
Yeah. So then
hard.
we just
There's also a despair now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I just wanted to check because I thought at first that like that was fine, and then I had a thought like, wait, you can't use multiple.
Yeah, I always forget about that, so it's a good thing I succeeded.
She. Sorry, I lost the train of my thoughts because I had to because that was bugging me. Would Taya eyes you carefully? Considering what you said, the last thing that we need is more outsiders looking into things they shouldn't. Whatever you've seen, I recommend you forget about it.
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be. But if we cooperate, then we can drive the Empire out faster, get them away from it, and that goes to everyone else. The longer eyes are on this, less the chance you'll keep it hidden.
And then what? Your Thoran will set his eyes on it?
I don't work for Thoran.
Then I believe you are free to leave whenever you'd like.
We are assisting him right now because we want his help. That doesn't mean that everything I know goes to him.
As I said, I recommend that you take whatever you have found out and forget about it. We will handle the matters as we need to ourselves.
So be it. But you know where to find me.
Yes, and if you do not tread carefully, that will be at the bottom of this settlement.
Hmm.
Goodbye, Wataya. And then she's going to start to leave, assuming there's nothing else to be said.
No, Watea is done.
Okay. Yeah, the despair probably bit me a little bit, but now you suppose a confirmation that, yeah, there is stuff here that the Empire wants.
The
And
Imperium,
potentially-
rather.
Imperium. Wrong word. And potentially opened up a door for future things.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do with the remainder of this day, or are you content to just not?
I think that was the main thing I had in mind.
Yeah, good here.
I got nothing.
Very well. They pass as you tending to assorted menial tasks around the settlement that you either volunteer to help with or are asked to help with while waiting. The next day rolls around, and it's not until later in the evening that you are once again called to meet with Commander Ratch.
Huh?
I assume
All
you're
right.
going to go do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make way to the command center. Ratch is in the midst of some conversation with a couple of other higher ranking clones that are part of the operation here. You arrive, their conversation kind of peters off, and they head off to take care of different things. Ratch gives you a nod as you approach. I'm glad to see you were available on such quick notice. I have good news.
Oh,
It worked?
And that is.
It says, Snake reported in just about an hour ago. A series of large explosions will seed over the main encampment.
All right.
How many
3.
casualties, I mean?
Oh. He's like, I don't have those numbers. We do not have that detailed eye on inside of their encampment. Either way, mission accomplished.
So where to go from here?
It's a good question. We've no particular inclination to know what the Imperium state is doing here, but we're still trying to find it out. Still, this will set them back a decent amount. We have some ideas, but we're still deliberating on what the best course of action is.
All right.
I'll let you know once I have another assignment for you. You should expect it by tomorrow.
So for the time being, we're on standby.
Correct.
Understood.
Affirmative.
Yeah, that's unless you have anything you want to say to him, then that's that.
No objections
Alright.
here.
Nope, I got nothing.
Yeah, then you just resume and take some more time. You can go ahead and hit rest again.
Yippee!
Free rests. Yay.
You sleep oh so good.
Remember to prepare your spell slots.
I don't have those.
I know.
I
I'm
do.
joking.
I'm using spell points.
No, the fuck you're not.
No.
Loft could probably be seen in between naps helping out at the comms area, seeing what else he can fiddle with and mess around with.
Don't worry, Iris. I can give you spell slots.
Please don't.
You don't want
Great.
magic?
Trust me, what I have is so much better than spell slots.
Unlimited
know.
power.
And now you have spell slots.
Wow.
Woo!
Woo! Let's go.
Now, here's a better question. Do you want it fully Vancian or not?
No, God no. God no.
You don't want to be a prepared caster?
No! That's not how the Force works!
How many instances of move would you like to prepare today?
Oh my god.
Would you like to cast that at 5th level?
I'm going to blow everything up.
Not
With
with
a
those
fireball?
spell slots, you're not.
I'm going to blow it up with the fucking proton charge that I take from the storage here.
Not very
Sophia,
Jedi of you.
no!
Oh no.
It's not very Jedi of me to have spell slots either.
Not necessarily.
You chat
Anyway.
some more R&R.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, snort me. You know, you get the idea.
You snorter.
No.
I will not be doing that, actually.
More for me.
That's not how that works.
Could be.
Oh my god.
Next day rolls around, and perhaps fortunately, perhaps unfortunately, you are suffering famous jungle downpour.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Despite
There
it
is a-
raining, it's not any cooler than it was before.
No, if anything, it might just be a little worse.
Yeah.
It's wet and humid.
And you can constantly hear the squall of different animals and critters in the jungle. It's never
God.
quiet. Constant chitters or different noises.
Every few minutes, a bug flies into your face.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Either way,
It really does.
pretty early on in the day, you are once more summoned to go and see Commander Ratch. You make your way there and find him along with Rostel, Thoran's Padawan. Are chatting. Things are moving pretty at a decent pace. There's clearly an operation about to be undertaken based on the activity here in the command center and outside. So you arrive. Ratch turns to greet you once more and is like, "Hope you slept well enough. You'll need to be well rested."
And why is that?
I got another op for you.
Oh,
Right now, we're mobilizing about 10 different fire teams to undergo some different ops along.
Uh-oh.
we lost Tez. Oh shit!
Goodbye, Ted.
Uh-oh.
This is bad.
Wait, how?
You know, if Ted doesn't
Hold on.
show up within 15 minutes, legally you can leave.
Shut up.
Just give it a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, usually
They
it's
usually
not
don't last
long,
this
is it?
long. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can someone open Pup Party? I don't have access to activities.
No. Sorry, we're playing Letter League instead.
I can't access literally. Actually, I hate
Oh
Scrabble.
my
Oh,
god.
there you go. Hello.
Oh, welcome
Oh.
back.
Oh, hey,
There we go.
Bogan's playing Letter League.
Shut the
I can
fuck
see that.
up!
Wow, playing Letter League actually.
How do I leave Letter
Save
League?
Star
Why
Wars.
can't I leave?
I think my ISP just had a big shitting itself moment.
There
Wow.
we go. Okay.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Bogan, why did you shit the ISP?
You think I had something to do with this?
I think you
What?
shit the ISP.
Well, whatever happened, I think my ISP did really freak out for a minute or two there. So,
Yeah, very weird.
Hmm.
I mean,
At least it's better than the cutouts you normally have, and you haven't been
Well,
having those because
I wouldn't say normally anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, it's because I got a new router and that seemed to fix everything. It was that easy, and yet for like 3 years they couldn't just do that because they're morons.
ISP moment.
Yeah.
Moment.
Now, where were we?
Discussing with the commander on what to do. On
Right.
Our new missions.
Right, like, we're mobilizing about 10 different fire teams. We're going to employ a strategy of hitting a lot of vital points at the same time, spreading out the response times.
Seems simple enough.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yours op is a overall fairly simple one. He looks at Rostal before looking back, but it comes with some potential danger.
Wouldn't expect to be doing this without it.
The Imperium has been corralling some of the dangerous local wildlife into designated zones, setting up fencing and protection around them to keep them within. You're going to let the beasts out.
I like this plan.
Oh,
That we can do.
that can be done. Yes.
The act in of itself shouldn't be too difficult. But I have another request of you at the same time.
Oh.
Try not to destroy the fence mechanisms.
You want to keep them when you took over, right?
He kind of like he looks at Darth for a few moments because while correct, that's a
You're not supposed to sing it.
you're not supposed to be that direct about it.
Yeah, no, the little aliens in my brain just went and choked out Dara.
I'm tired.
That it's a moment of yes,
Please
but you're not
stop.
supposed
Oh.
to say it.
Everyone just like looks to her like, shut up.
Ratch after a moment says, "It is in everyone's interest that they remain functional."
For recycling purposes.
The fencing is controlled by a series of large pylons constructed around the zone. The easiest ways to take care of it is to break to break one of the pylons and disrupt the chain. But as much as possible, I'd like for you to avoid that.
We'll have to sneak our way in then, presumably.
Or find another way to disrupt the pylons.
Do you know how they're generating power for the facility?
He shakes head. Fortunately, I do not have the intelligence on that.
There's some kind of external source we could think about cutting power, but
Rostel speaks up afterwards and says, I believe they have a... He thinks for a moment and says, I think I know what you might be able to do if you want to take that approach.
Oh,
Oh,
They have a small hydroelectric plant nearby.
I see.
That's likely where they're generating power from.
anyone got any experience working a hydroelectric generator?
that's Timothy thinks a moment.
I think Actor just gives you a
Negative.
flat.
There's no civil engineers here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
Cool
Matt
device.
just goes like, I don't know, I was a slave on a desert planet. I don't know how to work one.
Thankfully for everyone present, Claude Fresnel is not here.
Thank God.
Uh,
I'm
Look,
thankful
that's
I
my
What is
didn't
the
backup
die.
French
check
flag
if
on
Actor
his
dies.
shoes?
anyway. Sophia's like, well, thankfully, we don't have to work the generator. I rather suspect we'll be doing the opposite.
Rat speaks up against it. Much like with the pylons, it's preferential if we can avoid destroying it.
Right.
It says the more infrastructure we can keep intact, the better in the long run.
Of course.
Like, the easy option, of course, is to just destroy one of them. That will get the job done very quickly. But if I wanted it done easily, I'd send a demolition team. I wouldn't send you.
Right. Well, we'll do our best to deal with it with minimal destruction.
I don't have any further intelligence on these stealth units you encountered either. They haven't been seen by any of my scouts or reported. And if the local militia have had any sightings, they haven't reported them to me.
I see.
Strange.
What the hell?
Well, I believe we know most of what we need to. If there's nothing else, then we'll set out at the earliest opportunity.
He just gives you an answer. I've instructed one of my LAAT pilots to transport you and aid in the field as much as you need. Predominantly with transport, because given that a gunship will draw a lot of attention quickly. Well, you setting off then?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
It seems like we are, yes.
Great. Make your way out. Make contact with the gunship pilot and climb on board. And
Okay.
head off in the direction.
Here we go.
Because of the immense downpour, you have to fly low towards the canopies. You don't want to fly too high up in the atmosphere when it's like this.
Yeah.
No.
The pilot, once you're a decent distance away from the encampment, overcomes into the back compartment. Like, all right, where am I taking you?
We're headed to. I assume we were given like coordinates. That we can.
Yes, well, I'm more asking, do you want to be taken towards the fence or towards the dam or the
Right.
installation?
Okay.
Oh, right.
I'm
Hmm.
I'm kind of on the fence of disabling the pylons because it's also easier for us to reactivate later, theoretically.
Yeah. And in the event that we do have to destroy one of them, I would assume it would be much easier to repair the fence than a hydroelectric plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, yes.
All right.
Sure. I mean, unless you're civil engineers, of course.
We are not.
Civil engineers.
Lafkata
us, no
putting
way.
away his degree.
What's the average like stat line of a civil engineer exactly?
Don't worry
All
about it.
across the board except for 3 in intelligence and maybe 2 points of engineering.
Two points of engineering?
2 points of engineering is your average professional, yes.
Do you mean mechanics?
I was gonna say there is no engineering skill, Chief.
Oh, mechanics.
It happens.
I'm sorry.
You're really
I
tired
get it.
today, aren't you?
Played, one, I am out of it. 2, I have played so many fucking systems with so many names for these same goddamn skills.
Oh, mechanics, tools, engineering.
All
It's the
right.
machines that
Well,
kill people.
before we get there, seeing as a couple of people are a little tired and I need to use the bathroom, why don't we take 5? And
Okay.
for some of you can wake the fuck up. And I'm going to go use the bathroom. So be right back.
I gotta go put out my dog.
Just shoot. You're actually, I don't know what I'm doing.
Can you believe it, guys?
Star Wars. Just right now.
Just a right now
Wow.
away.
We're just a few minutes away. Oh, wait, no, this is here. Right now.
Mm,
It's good to see you, my friends.
it's good to see you too.
I wish I could say
Well, I'm
the
not
same
seeing
of
you,
you.
Oof.
I challenge you to single combat to shut up.
All right,
I looked
open
Iris
up
my
Ultra
champion.
Kill right fucking now.
I'm not good at Ultra
Oh.
Kill, hold on! I 1v1 you and rivals.
Chat, she's
But she
too
actually played
scared.
right. I don't play Ultra
She's
Kill.
afraid of my power.
Alright, hold on. What's the stupidest thing I can... Okay. Hear me out. Skyrim, speedrun versus speedrun to kill Nazim first.
I've never played Skyrim in my life.
Oh, what the... That's so...
I'm a happier person for it.
I mean, yeah, fair, but... It just seems like the kind of game we would have played in, like, 2012.
I was not allowed to play rated M games growing up.
Okay, 2016.
I didn't care.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
think
was
had the
technically
most
also
on
still
Skyrim.
not allowed to play rated M games at that age, but I didn't tell my parents that I was playing at rated M games.
Yeah, fair. I mean, Skyrim's like barely rated M anyways. It's like on technicality or something. I cannot actually confirm that. I just mean like,
I
it's
don't know.
like
I think that
18.
the gore in that game would warrant a rated M rating.
There's worse gore in PG-13 movies.
Yes, okay.
The games, games automatically get like slightly rated higher because interactivity.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I don't disagree. However,
The gore isn't
the
really that
ESRB is a
much. It's
little
just, like,
stupid.
You hit them with like your stick that looks like a sword, and then there's a little blood spatter that doesn't actually look like blood, and then they fall over dead.
I mean, it's well established that the ESRB is horrible at actually making good ratings, so...
This is true. I think also Bethesda, it'll sell better for them if it is M rated, so they're not gonna like oppose
They don't
it or
seem
anything.
as pandering, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. What's I could challenge you to ultimate chicken horse.
Chicken horse?
I would probably
Oh,
lose
no.
at that, honestly.
I'm not good at it. I'm not gonna lie. Garfield cart. Hold on. Do you own Garfield cart?
I might.
I
do,
think I
yeah.
got it for
I
$1
own
like 3 years ago.
Furious Racing. I don't own the original
Let's
Garfield.
just settle this traditional way.
Okay.
Let's just settle this traditional way. Pokemon Showdown 6 and 6.
I don't play Pokemon.
I don't play Pokemon either.
See,
Perfect.
neither of us know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Excellent.
Showdown random.
I should. Did you play the trading card game app?
What?
The trading card game app.
The new, yeah. No, I don't play
Yeah.
that.
Okay, I played it like a couple weeks ago. I haven't dipped into it in a while.
I've been told it's
Um,
good. I don't really care. I'm perfectly fine playing Magic the Gathering on tabletop
It's
simulator.
good, but I can't keep up with both the update cycle of Arrival as an online constantly updating update game and Pokemon TCG.
Yes,
And
because
when
live
it's
service
kinda
games are
more
a cancer on this
engaging.
industry.
Exactly. And one is significantly more engaging than the other, and also it has magic in it, so I care more about Rivals.
Honestly, respectable.
Hello, gang.
I'm
Oh,
so
man.
sad that the New Mutants movie sucks because it could have been so good. The Demon Bear Saga is just excellent, and the casting for Ileana specifically was really good. But they fumbled it. They fumbled it so hard. It's an ass movie. It's terrible. I am going to beam New Mutants Demon Bear Saga into y'all's brains though. It's really good. The art is very evocative and it's good writing.
I'll pass.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I don't read bad comics.
You can read.
Holy shit. Okay.
Learning a lot about myself tonight.
You sure are. Holy shit.
Are we ready to carry on, gang?
Yes.
Excellent. As your shuttle, you instruct your pilot to take you towards the fenced-in area. It starts taking you in that direction. As you fly, you notice that the weather is turning worse.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
The rain picks up, and the sky, while already dark, darkens further. Thick clouds linger above, and you can hear the boom of thunder. Looks like you're about to be in a tropical storm.
Mhm. Brace
Well,
yourselves.
Like
I
a
love
tropic
inclement
thunder.
weather.
Shut up!
Over the comm in the ship, it crackles on. The pilot's like, "I'm gonna need you all to sit down and strap in. It's getting harder to control up here."
Copy
Locke,
that.
yeah, Locke is immediately buckling in.
Yeah. Timothy is also in his suit ready. Just
Mm-hmm.
here we go. Head on.
And honestly,
Where the fun begins.
yeah, you hurry to the seats inside of the shuttle. And which, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know if an LAAT shuttle actually has seats, but this one does. It's been refitted to do. I'm making the executive judgment that this one does.
Understandable.
You hurry to your seats, and Lofkata, as you're about to sit down, you feel the shuttle shift. You grab onto like the bracing bar that like you pull down over yourself when you're in the seat, so you don't get like thrown against the other side of the shuttle, and pull yourself into your seat and lock into place. All of you can hear the beating of rain against the exterior hull of the shuttle, and the crack of thunder frequently booming outside.
We got turbulence.
Yes, it's this bit's shaking. You're about to be like the inside of a soda can over here.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Which, speaking of, Iris,
Hi.
I turn your character into a soda can.
Oh, well, don't do
Again?
that. I need that.
Make me a perception roll.
Okay. What difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 5, but what I want you to do is I want you to tack on all your force points.
All of them?
Oh.
All of them.
All of them.
You roll your entire force pool.
Okay. Interesting. Here we go.
Wow.
All right.
That is a roll.
That is a
God
miracle. That
Yeah.
is a miracle.
Holy.
Yeah.
And you rolled light points. That's what you need. You so the hairs on the back of your neck begin to rise, and you can feel the scent of ozone in the air.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You look towards Lofkata. Lofkata doesn't seem to notice it himself, but you, Sophia, you can just barely see like particulates rising from his fur up into the air.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh shit. I have to think fast.
Yes, you do.
You have 10 seconds.
I have an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
I have 2 ideas actually.
So I fat fingered the X button on my browser. Like,
It happens.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
It happens.
there you go.
Gang,
Got that.
I will put it for your consideration, gang. Do I take the option that's most likely to get mechanical results given my skill set, or do I go for the cooler one?
Cool.
Really cool.
Now, notably, the rule cool does not mean you'll succeed. It just means you will try.
That's 2 votes.
That's true. Jamie, Loot.
Go with your heart.
You can't say that
Your
to
heart
me.
is
No, honestly, I would also go for rule of cool. Why not?
That makes sense.
All right.
What do we got to lose?
Our lives.
Well,
Well, okay. I mean,
yes, Iris, go ahead. Think fast.
I don't recall if Sophia has ever seen someone do this before, but I know it's been done in canon. So, what I want to do is, because I'm assuming, based on what you said, that a lightning strike is coming in.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. And I would like to try and intercept it with my lightsaber.
oh,
You're inside of
okay.
the shuttle.
Oh, is it not like open?
No,
I was-
no.
Okay, I have misunderstood the situation.
Damn.
Well, now I'm not sure what's happening, because lightning wouldn't strike, like, through the shuttle.
Well, it could, but my understanding of it is that we are actively falling.
Oh. I mean, okay, now that you say that, I guess it does make sense. I heard rising into the air, and I thought of, like
my hair standing on end, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Also, Iris, to be clear, this is what the LAAT looks like. This shuttle, it's enclosed.
Okay, it's closed.
Yes.
Okay. Under normal circumstances, lightning would not come in
Hold on a
through the wall of the shuttle, but
Could we not like tap a light point and say that the door like got like thrown open or something?
I mean that doesn't really like that's not a super important detail here.
Okay.
I mean, for that matter, if it was opening the door you were after, that you could just do.
Ah.
Of course, if you could do it fast enough, it's a different matter.
The issue is mainly if I can't identify a direction the lightning is reasonably coming from. I think the move here is I'm just gonna cast protect.
Okay. All right. Okay. Protect. Okay. Interesting move. Okay. How many people can you protect?
I have 1 magnitude upgrade, which means I can spend. Hang on. Do I? Where is it ticked at? There it is. Yeah.
You have 1 magnitude.
So it costs me. Spending 1 force pip lets me protect 1 additional target.
Up to as many as you have force pips available?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Now, question: do I have the reduced force pool on this one, or is it still at full?
It is still reduced.
Okay.
And there's something else about this.
Okay.
If I recall, protect is an average discipline check.
Correct.
This one's harder.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the lightning that's about to strike is natural or normal.
I don't know. Sudden instant storms are pretty natural on this planet. You know, it just kind of happens.
All right, so go ahead and up the difficulty of the check that you need to make to 4, please.
4.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I think we're getting force lightning.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh wait. Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm going to. You know what? I will flip a light point to upgrade my ability.
Okay.
And here we go. Okay. Not
Okay.
a fantastic roll.
All right, it is a success. You have 2 points. Let's see. You have 2 free points. So rather,
Yeah.
which you need. Do you need both of those to activate protect?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you could protect yourself, and then those 3 additional dark sides could be used to extend that protection to 3 other people. Correct? Am I understanding correct there?
I can choose the initial target. It doesn't have to be me.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. You can protect a total of tapping the points. You can protect a total of 4 people.
Yes.
Okay. Will you do so?
Great question.
If it's only 4 people, someone has to take the hit.
Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it?
I volunteer as
no.
tribute.
I feel like you volunteered enough.
Yeah, I'm a clone trooper. It's literally my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already had a character. Well, actually, no, not a character death, but
But I would say you can let Timothy volunteer. He can take it. He's a big guy.
boy.
He's a big guy.
he eats
Yeah,
lightning for breakfast.
I was gonna say Timothy can probably take it pretty well.
What?
We
what
just gotta
current
make
critical
sure- well,
injuries does Timmy have?
Iris, I have 2 important questions. Well, I have
Okay.
1 important question and a potential follow up.
Okay.
What's the range that you can protect someone with?
Base range is only engaged, and I don't have a range upgrade.
Okay.
Oh,
That mean okay. I think I will say that means you can cover the entire party. You're not like all shoulder to shoulder, but I would say you're close enough in this case that I'll let it count.
Okay.
That means that my second question no longer counts because you cannot extend that to the pilots.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the pilot,
Mm,
Kind of.
which means that when that guy gets fried to hell, I'm gonna take over.
You can't actually
trash.
get to the pilot seat from the back.
Oh. Oh yeah, we're gonna die.
We're not gonna
gotta
die. We're
strap
gonna
in.
crash.
We're not gonna die.
You need to strap
It would
in.
be. It would be crazy
Now,
if we.
Iris, will you tap those dark side points?
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. You take 3 strain.
Mm-hmm.
Which 4 people are you protecting? They have to be members of the party because you do not have the reach for the pilots.
Yeah.
So who is getting protected?
You know what? I feel like I have to do the Jedi maneuver here. I'm going to protect the rest of the party except myself.
Okay. All right.
Now I do have a triumph there.
Yes.
The question then is what to do with it.
If you don't have anything that you want to try and broker it for, I know what to use it for.
All right, I will leave it to your judgment.
All right.
Okay.
Sophia, you can feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you can see on Lofkata's almost particulates begin to rise from his fur, and the scent of ozone starts to hit you, and you hear it you can hear something. It's not a clap. You can hear something that clearly sounds like a clap of thunder, but you can tell is not a clap of thunder.
Oh no.
Instinctually, you quickly call upon the force, and everyone is able to see as Sophia produces essentially a small bubble around each of you, barring herself. Before you have the chance to react, you hear it and feel it. A bolt, what certainly feels like a bolt of lightning, crashes into the shuttle. You can hear the intercom just crash out completely. It breaks on impact. Lights flicker, and you can see like parts of the cables and wiring inside there snap and break. One of these shuttle doors basically throws itself open as a result of the impact. You can hear alarms start to blare and then fade out and then reconnect as, the entire shuttle's power is being shut down and rebooted several times over. And you can tell through that now open door that you are descending fast.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Nice.
You brace. Sophia, you presumably just sorry. Sophia. You take some damage.
Yeah,
Technically,
here it
we all
comes.
take damage. You protect just reduces the amount everyone else takes.
Yeah.
Yes, and how much does your protect reduce by?
It reduces by a base equal to my willpower plus the number of successes, so 8.
8? Okay.
It could have been more, but I didn't have the points to spend on that.
The total damage, and this is going to knock you out.
Oh shit.
The total damage is going to be 18.
Oh
Really?
my god.
And hold on, it's strain.
It's strain damage?
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
Well, I take 5 strain.
I take 3 strain.
Yeah, everyone else has it reduced by what would you say, Iris? Was it 8?
8.
8 and then
you're
soak.
8 plus soak, yeah.
Oh, I forgot soak factors into this because it is still
Yeah,
damage.
so
Yes.
5 for me.
Oh yeah, so this still knocks me out even with my soak. It's exactly enough.
And you can't deflect
no, I
it?
was looking at my wounds.
You cannot reflect this, no.
Oh, wait, but your strain's reduced by 1. Or 2.
It's reduced by 2 actually.
Yes.
And either way, it would still take me out because I'm at 3 strain from using those dark points.
Yikes.
so just so I get this right,
Yes,
we're
Jamie.
strain damage. We're all taking strain damage.
You're all
Yes.
taking strain damage. The total damage is 18, reduced by 8 plus your soak.
Oh shit. Okay. 18,
So 10 minus
I
soak.
missed that. 18.
You're right, yeah, it's 10 minus, yeah, you're right, 10 minus soak, which means that Timothy takes no damage.
Okay, yeah. My god.
Timmy has 10 soak?
Timmy has 11 soak.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Oh.
Even a lightsaber cannot fully get through Timmy's armor.
We
That's
should have just
crazy.
This
gotten
is
behind
just-
Timmy and
That-
used him as like a human shield against the lightning. We'd be fine.
Sophia grabs Timothy and holds him up.
Legitimately,
Timothy is
if
completely
if I
unscathed.
roll, if I shoot Timmy with my blaster carbine and roll 1 success, Timmy takes no damage.
Yeah.
Just have like the little blast mark on his armor. He looks down at it. He looks up. Is that really the best you can do?
God.
So what's going to
Okay.
happen is or rather, let me rephrase. Sophia, you can feel your consciousness like losing before you fully drop out of consciousness. You give the entire shuttle a firm nudge with the force.
Okay.
Those of you still conscious, you watch the shuttle start to nosedive and then like bump up into a more controlled descent as you start breaching through leaves and branches, snapping through. Lofgata, you have to like pull back even further to see it as like a branch comes into the shuttle and is snapped off in here
Jesus, yeah.
from the forest. You all momentarily you can sorry, let me rephrase. You feel the impact as you finally hit something solid. Sophia, you are out cold, but with your triumph you made it a much more controlled landing.
Would we have been able to close the door during the fall, like before, like with a full descent?
No,
I
'cause
don't
you
think there is a door anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
the doors also would also be gone. But also, even so, what I was going to say is you'd have to get up from your seat to do so, which would be a bad idea in a rapidly descending shuttle.
Mm.
You all, yes, you feel the impact, slam into the ground. You're glad you're in your seat because you are physically thrown upwards. Like your ass lifts from the seat and is braced by the fucking, over your shoulder, the brace from going into the ceiling of this shuttle. Lights flicker, and the immediate adrenaline begins to drain from your body as the shuttle has come to a stop in the muddy underbrush beneath the three canopies. All sorts of alarms blare, small electrical panels crackle and spark, flashing, dangerous electrical bits at you.
Timothy has probably like held on tight to something, so who's probably
In your seats.
Susan?
You're
Yeah, who's in his
strapped in.
seat? This isn't his first crash landing. You can tell.
It's got a bruise.
Is everyone okay?
Nothing broken.
Sophia?
You look at her. She's in her seat, but her head's hanging. She's clearly unconscious.
Oh, shit.
Amanda.
Timothy is going to like get out of his suit and who like goes to check on Sophia. Shit, Sophia. She's okay. It looks like she was just knocked out cold.
Alright.
Back to you can check her for concussion.
Timothy is
Yeah,
going
Wait,
Wait,
sorry,
okay.
hold on, real quick. Iris, do you take a critical injury?
Do I?
No, you don't take a critical injury just for going over strain.
Okay,
Yeah.
You just pass out.
I wasn't sure.
It's like it's the amount overstrain, I think.
There's
I'm
no- there's
pretty
no
sure you
critical
only
injury.
take critical injuries from wound damage unless the
Oh.
attack specifically
It's-
inflicts one.
That does make sense because then like you can just be really tired and lose a limb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just wanted to confirm.
So Timothy is going to back away and let back to examine her.
Yeah.
You all get out of your seats, to be clear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dara, one of the pipes in the ceiling comes crashing down right next to you.
Could you repeat that?
No.
Okay. Yay.
One of the pipes in the ceiling breaks from where it's being held and comes down right next to you.
We should get out of this thing before it explodes.
Right.
Lafkata, can you
know.
like nods towards Sophia?
Yeah. Loth immediately picks up what Dara's putting down, and picks up Sophia.
Yeah, you grab at the brace around her and find that it's not so easy to pull up from when you're not in the seat itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you pry at it for a few moments, and you hear, you're pretty sure you're part of it snap off. You don't care. You pull it up, hoist Sophie out of there. As you lot disembark through the side of the shuttle, probably a little staggering a little bit from the impact and everything. The shuttle does not look great. Several pieces of paneling have come flying off. The cockpit, the glass in the cockpit is shattered. You see the pilot halfway hanging out, partially impaled on some of the shards of plastic glass.
Oh, who's dead? Yeah.
You see
brother.
small bits of electrical fires. The only reason they're not flaring up is because of how heavy the rain is.
Just gonna try like unbuckle the pilot and pull him out.
You're gonna try that? Okay. You step up towards the cockpit, hop onto one of the gun sides, and you climb up along the side of it, reach in, you pull at the pilot's body. Give me a athletics check, please.
Okay. What difficulty?
I'm gonna go ahead and say normal 2 setback, please.
2 setback. All right.
Just because of the
We're
entanglement
on
and
there.
everything.
Yeah. I failed.
Yeah, you
Oh,
wrestle with him. You see, he's strapped in. You go to undo the belt. A bit of the panel sparks, and a couple of, electrical crackles fly out towards you. You determine that you are not going to be able to get him out of here. Certainly not by your own.
Timothy, you can help me with this?
Don't think it's best idea. We probably need to get moving before Imperium sends someone to come check out the noise.
Timothy, can you help me with this?
Jamie,
Jamie?
what's up?
that's you.
Sorry, what? I also
Uh,
know what's happening.
Okay. Dara was asking for Timothy's help in pulling the body of the pilot from the wreckage,
Oh,
while
yeah.
Bacta is saying they should just leave him and go.
I mean, Timothy would probably say like, there's probably nothing they can do. It might be best to leave them there because they won't have a place to, I don't know, bury the body or something.
Just grab the bucket and let's go.
Right.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
You pull off his helmet, detach the pipes connected to his respirators on his uniform, and toss the helmet to Timothy as you climb down from the side of the shuttle. I assume that's what you meant, right, Lute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, Timothy's going to grab the helmet. All right. Let's figure out where we are. Get our bearings.
You take a little bit of steps away. You take some steps away from the shuttle.
In case it fucking
explodes.
blows. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good thing that you do because you get maybe 50 feet from it, and you hear an you can see it between some trees and hear it as parts of it combust, and there's a small. The thing doesn't explode in its entirety, but some of its internal components and gas and whatever's in it combusts.
I was partially joking, but okay.
That goes all right.
Guess we're walking.
You want to find somewhere to hunker down briefly?
Yeah, we really should.
Well, probably is a good idea.
Lofkato, you could probably use your communications equipment to try and get a signal to Commander Ratch as well.
Yeah.
If you take some time to hunker down somewhere.
Yeah, see if we can
I-
find an outcrop or something to just have some vague shelter out of the rain.
Yeah. I need to put down Sophia before I try and use any of my equipment right now.
Yeah, would one of you like to give me a survival roll?
I would love to. I have 4 dice in survival.
There you go.
I
Go.
have 2 days.
Go right ahead then. Snake, give me a difficulty 3, 2 setback survival roll.
Jeez, okay. just
Okay.
barely.
Okay.
Not
Dara
bad.
takes point on the idea of finding some shelter and finds a bit of a rocky over, finds like a bit of like a rock. I wouldn't call it a cliff, but like close to the ground, some rocks that have grown and trees have grown on top of them again, providing a little bit of natural shelter. You could hide under. Not really a cave, as more like the under roots of a large tree.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, it's going to give you some shelter from the rain. And it doesn't even seem like the lowest point, so most of the rain isn't pooling in there either. You all set up in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hustle on towards there. Bacta, do you have any kind of portable cot or stretcher?
I do not. No.
Okay, then you just put Sophia on the ground. Well, Lofgata put Sophia on the ground.
Yes.
Hmm.
I was just thinking if you had something you could put her on, was what I was getting at, but I don't think you do. Alright, you put Sophia down. Lofgata, you presumably take a couple steps away to put your backpack down and see if you can get some communication going.
Yeah. I have to sit on like the edge of the outcrop.
Oh, yeah, so you can try and get some. So you're not completely covered with your comms equipment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why don't you all go ahead and make a roll to recover some strain?
Yeah.
As you catch a breather, including you, Sophia, of course.
Is this cool?
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool or
Or
discipline?
discipline. Yeah.
I don't think.
Ooh, I will
And I
take
get to
one.
do a funny thing here.
I'll get rid of my 3 strain.
I'll get rid of 1.
I will get rid of 5, which means I am just barely conscious.
Yeah. Bacta, you administer some. You don't actually treat wounds, but you administer some basic first aid. Treat superficial wounds, flavored wounds, TM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flavored wounds.
Make sure you take a solid 30 minutes in this little shelter. Sophia, you start to rouse to consciousness once more. Lofgata. My good friend Lofgata.
Hmm. God, is that you?
I need you to make me a computers check.
Okay. Difficulty?
2 for setback.
Gang, I'm gonna be real. It's not happening, I don't think. Maybe. Actually, hang on.
You never know till you try, man.
I'm going to use Sense Danger to remove 2 of those setback. Can I get some assistance?
What's the roll?
It is
Computers.
computers.
I can give you a boost die.
I can give you
Unless
4
you have, like,
intelligence.
4
Yeah,
intelligence
take
would be
that.
much
Take
better.
the health.
Yeah. So that raises.
Bacta, you are unable to provide the help because you are during the same time you are
Oh,
tending to
okay.
Sophia.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Can Timothy,
Timothy.
help out?
Timmy
Yeah.
can. Timmy can give you his 4 intelligence.
Okay.
Yes, Timmy will
Like,
come over. and
I don't
help.
object to the bonus you're getting. I'm just saying it can't come from Bacta.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Mhm.
So I believe that'll give me 4 ability dice
That's correct.
as opposed to my 2.
Yep.
Yes.
And I have no ranks, so
And you cancel 2 of the 4 setback.
yep. Ah!
You got this.
You fiddle with communication.
Oh.
It takes you, it takes you a solid couple minutes to get everything set up, and then you spend 15, 20 minutes trying to get the signal through. The storm is interfering, you're having a hard time adjusting, the weather's making it just hard to work your equipment without getting damaged. You're just unable to get any consistent or clear signal out. You catch a couple cracklings here and there, but as you try and hone in on their exact frequencies, you lose them again.
Yeah.
The weather's just playing foul with signals. As of right now, you are unable to get any message to Commander Ratch.
Luff like mutters under his breath at one point, just like, I knew I should have gotten that dedicated frequency crystal.
Sophia, as I said, after about this half hour, you come back to consciousness. Your head hurts, though.
Yeah. Ow. Is everyone all right?
I'm fine.
Are you all right? You were the one that got knocked out.
Well, I don't. She just kind of like looks herself over a second, and she's like, "I don't seem injured. My head hurts like suffice to say, it hurts, but beyond that."
Sophia, would you make another check for me real quick?
Okay.
I need to double check which of your abilities this specifically falls under.
Okay.
Okay, I found it. Make me a vigilance check.
Okay. What difficulty?
Difficulty of 3.
Okay. Here we go. 2 successes.
You look between the members of your crew. They're probably all looking at you at this point, gathered a little close.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine. You see, starting behind Lufkata, then moving to like as if in the background slightly, pacing between and behind some of your team members. You're pretty sure you see the silhouette of Vatil Aravalo.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Do you lock eyes with it?
Yeah, I think so.
It stops when it's between Timothy and Dara. Gives you a clearly slightly amused look.
I see.
Before just disappearing. Yes, Logan, sorry.
I was gonna say, does one of us notice Sophia is looking past us?
Probably. I don't think it's that hard to see.
Okay.
If she's visibly following it, then I think that's pretty clear to see.
Yeah, probably like right as he disappears, Loft like tries to match Sophia's gaze, just like what are you?
She like.
You must have hit your head pretty hard.
No, after a moment, she's like, I think I'm still a little rattled.
I'm not seeing double, are you?
All right. So you okay? It's 2000. It's 2022. We're about to have the Drowning Despair final. You're right. You hit your head pretty hard.
Oh man. What do you use that knife for?
Don't worry about it. Sophia wakes up in her fucking cabin in the Nautilus facility with a lightsaber.
A toy lightsaber, to be clear.
Oh.
Like one from,
honestly,
like one from
if you
Disney
had,
World.
like an actual lightsaber, the story wouldn't change that much. Like she has a lightsaber. What's she gonna do with it?
What happens is everyone dies the instant the lightsaber touches any of the walls of the facility. Anyway.
Yeah.
True. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway. Hmm. So what are we gonna do, gang?
Is she gonna keep the Vatil thing just to herself?
That's what she seems to be doing.
I just want to double check.
Well, I mean, she doesn't even know if she actually saw that or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
She's
that's-
just fucking with you.
He's just fucking around.
If this is him fucking around, you don't want it when he's serious.
Um,
Yeah, to be clear, the storm is still raging on. It has calmed a little bit since the shuttle was hit, but not enough that it's by no means gone.
I don't think if we go out there, we're probably gonna get hit by lightning again. I have a feeling. Something's just gonna happen.
Really,
what gives you that idea?
What makes it that you look outside the cave opening where you constantly see lightning strike the same spot every 5 seconds.
I look at Timothy with the giant metal barrel over his shoulder.
Logan, it's like standing with my lightning dragon steel sword hitting the same spot over and over.
I was just about to say, well, we all know lightning doesn't strike 6 times in a row.
So I think we're just gonna wait for the storm to at least get less violent, theoretically.
Theoretically.
At the very least, we need to get our bearings and figure out which way we need to walk.
It'll be a long trek.
The long trek back too, so
Yeah.
Any luck
might
radioing
as well,
in?
might as well keep going forward. At the very least, we might be able to nick an Imperium shuttle.
Do we have any luck in radioing in?
Lookout's radio equipment's still up there. You can hear it like crackling, and you know that fucking you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Radio noises.
Yeah.
Loff is gonna say, we couldn't get to anybody.
I'm not surprised.
Storm's too rough right now. I think all the lightning's interfering with the signal.
Hello, Tommy. Are you the sort of interference?
Pally, you goober! Did you eat the wires?
Dolly, why would you do that? No.
Lovecraft opens, like removes on the back panels on his like large radio equipment. It's empty inside.
No, there's just Tally in there.
There's just a
It's not one
hamster and a wheel.
wing.
Hamster on a wheel, yeah.
Hello, Tommy.
Actually, the image I put in my head is inside the pack is a hamster with their own radio pack. It's actually doing the radioing.
I'm more than positive you've made that joke at the start of the campaign. I swear to God that has already been a joke made. Tolly when Loff opens That's good.
Hold on. Oh, where is Al? I need to find the meme. But carry on.
I could maybe try pinging the Imperial station, but
I don't think it's a good idea.
probably not, yeah. Yeah. In the dryer.
That's a dryer?
That's a dryer, yeah.
What are they doing to her?
I just love the
Drying her.
the original.
Hold
Well,
on.
him, actually.
It's a dryer, and your question was, what are they doing?
I love the original meme, which is this.
My shitty.
Which is
nice
one guess what is shown wielder in mein gaming PC get like dart.
Mein Scheiß und Griesbert ist schon wieder in meiner Gaming-PC geklärt.
What's the German equivalent of Chud son?
Of what?
Chud
What?
son?
Like stupid Chud, like the meme, like my stupid Chud son.
I know-
I've never heard it in my life.
No, I know what she's talking
Oh.
about. I don't know of an equivalent because I'm not German.
That's
That's a
magic.
shocker.
Oh dear.
Chud
Yeah,
son.
Scheiße is very good. My shit dog.
Nice. Why?
Either way, the scene.
We could either try
Yeah,
waiting for the
well-
storm to let up some more, or we could go out now and just see if we can find our way around.
I think going right now is probably a bad idea, at least while the lightning's still going strong.
I would agree with that assessment.
Even if the storm doesn't pass, it might die down.
At the very least, it'll give you a chance to rest up, so.
All right, you wanna wait a little bit?
Yep.
Yep.
Very well.
Very well.
We will be waiting in real time.
You wait for a little. You wait for a while. You give it, I don't know, an hour or two.
I think 2 hours is a pretty reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
For the duration of which time, Lockhart is still trying to make contact with unfortunately little effect.
Mm-hmm.
The storm lessens a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. It's not likely that this storm is going to actually abate until probably the next day, if even then. You can keep staying put if you'd like to wait. But at this point, I feel obligated to remind you that the storm is only one of your concerns by staying put in this jungle.
Yeah, if we stay here too long, they're just gonna find us.
There's also the beasts.
The beasts
The
as
beasts.
well.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to take our chances.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we really want to make ourselves a free meal?
Preferably
No,
not.
you maybe. I think
Yeah,
you'll fill them
no.
up all yourself.
Stick, I'm killing you.
He's a big guy.
It needs to be done, I'm sorry.
I understand.
You're gonna try and get the move on?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna pack up and just try and brave it, and then when Timmy gets hit by lightning, we'll hope it doesn't hurt too much.
Okay. You make your way outside of this little shelter after packing up your stuff. You're all in decent condition. The
Have a
weather
nice meal.
continues to be terrible, but you push on. You start moving. I'm gonna need another survival check,
Okay. With difficulty?
Okay.
just for navigational purposes, to not get fucking lost.
Okay.
From all of us.
No, only one of you needs to make it, as I'm
Okay.
assuming it's going to be Dara.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Stick, go ahead and give me a difficulty 3 with 3 setback, please.
Does anyone
Can I
have
provide,
ranks
can I
in
provide
survival?
assistance?
You can provide
Yeah, sure.
assistance. What you got?
Cool. Take my 1 rank of survival.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone have higher than 1 rank in survival?
Nope.
I have 2 ranks in survival.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I was about to say probably Timmy.
Timmy
I mean, I
has
did-
at least 2 ranks. I can feel it.
I didn't think it was going to be that important, honestly, but
But you have it.
Skills Georg.
You have
Skills.
forgotten that Timothy is, in fact, the Renaissance man.
Okay.
yeah.
So that's 2 ranks from Timothy. I'm gonna just assume no one is higher than that. Okay.
Sorry, when Da Vinci drew the Vitruvian man, it was modeled on Timothy.
Oh my god.
Well, we're lost.
You meander throughout the jungle, trying your best to navigate, although considering the density of the actual jungle, not to mention the thickness of the underbrush, making it so hard to see where you've already been, especially with the mud that you're sloshing through and the rain, you stomp around for a good while.
Okay.
It feels well, I mean, you can actually track. You've been going for a couple of hours, but you don't really feel like you've made any actual headway. Lofkata, you can hear the faint crackles of a signal from your backpack in its standby mode while you're carrying it around.
Oh, he's gonna pull over the fucking, what do you call it? The, like, not beeper, the fucking handheld part.
The booper?
Not, yeah, he's like fiddling with it, trying to see if he could narrow down the signal.
The booper?
You crackle in, holding down the com button every so often, trying to, like a hello, and then like adjusting, clicking in it,
Yeah.
trying. You can faintly hear a code recited, like an alpha 5, that kind of code. Which you do know is a sorry, let me start that over. You have been working with the radio technicians,
yes,
at this outfit, which is why you have been taught some of the codes that they use. Which is why you know that the code that you are hearing, even though it's a little broken up, you can fill in the few missing spots. You know it's a code coming from the command center.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, okay.
You can both TLDR. You can verify that this is a legit code and it's not anything else.
Yeah. He's gonna like relay back the code with his own to try and like confirm, hey, we hear you. Do you hear us?
You give it a little bit. You hear really, and then cuts off a little bit. Signal on. Repeat last.
Is there any way we can boost it?
Get up above the canopy, but how tall are the trees here?
Oh, I want to say 140, 150 feet.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Oh boy.
Could I have an idea? Could Loff jury rig his radio to transmit and receive more power at the risk of possibly breaking it?
Okay, that's a fun shout. All right, you know what? Why don't you try? Make me a mechanics check.
Okay, can I get some assistance on this?
Well, let me see how many. I've already done my stuff with survival, so I don't know what.
How many ranks of mechanics do you have, Timothy?
I have 3 ranks. No, Yeah, 3 ranks.
Yes, you have 3
sorry.
ranks.
Oh my god. Okay.
What's your
Yeah,
dice?
so
But I don't want to. I don't want to steal everyone else's thunder. So
It's
You are-
gonna
You are
pick-
Your
assisting.
skills
This is the explicit
geared.
point.
Use it.
that's fair.
Timothy,
This is what
I
you
also
do.
like you have as much mechanics as V started the game with.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
If
God.
Timothy helps you, then you get his 3 ranks.
Okay. Well, wait. What's his intellect? Doesn't that apply first?
Or
His
Oh,
intellect
Yes, intellect
4.
is applied first. You get 4 dice. You don't get his ranks.
Okay.
Let me actually check whether it's one specifically applies before the other, or if
It
you
does.
get to choose.
No, it
or
does.
what have-
yeah.
I know for a fact. Or rather, let me rephrase. I'm quite confident that it always chooses characteristic before skill.
Yeah.
If characteristic is higher, that's what you get. If
I-
skill's higher, you get that. And if neither, you get a boost.
I remember this coming up multiple times in the past. What is the difficulty of this check?
Okay. So let's see. So you're gonna have 4 dice. I'm gonna say what you're trying to do is I'm gonna go ahead and give it a difficulty of. I'm gonna go ahead and match. I'm gonna say difficulty of 4.
Okay.
And I'm also going to give you some setback die because this is less than ideal conditions.
Yeah.
And obviously, you are doing this at the risk of your equipment.
Yeah.
So, all in all, that's going to be 3 setback dice.
Okay.
And I'm going to tap a dark side point to upgrade difficulty.
Fucker.
Also,
was-
we don't exactly have tools.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put another one. I'm gonna stick by my 3 setback.
Yeah.
One of those is for the lack of tools.
Something like that. Loth is still holding the handheld part. He's directing Timmy on his backpack to like look for certain knobs and dials and wires to mess with. While he's still trying to do the initial communication thing where they exchange codes appropriately. Here we go. No! Fuck!
Oh.
Motherfucker! Ah!
Are you able to re-roll?
I don't believe I have anything that will allow me to reroll mechanics.
I don't imagine you do. I'm just
Yeah.
saying you might as well check.
Can I use multiple opponents?
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, considering you don't have the artisan, mechanical, model tree, no, you don't have natural tinker.
No. I have no way
Tell
of
you what.
rerolling this. Okay.
Tell you what. Okay. What? Let me see. Sorry. Let me. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. You fail.
Yep.
What that means is that sorry, let me start over. You fail to check. You are going to overcharge your equipment and bust it.
Yes. Okay.
Shit.
That's because that was the natural consequence of what you were trying to do.
Yes.
But you will be with your triumph. I'm going to say that you have a brief moment for clear enough signal that you can receive, but you are unable to send.
Okay.
Okay.
As you're able to like get the sweet spot for a few moments before it gives out.
Okay.
You hear crackling and static as Timmy adjusts the knobs on the back while you try with the handle, with the speaker. And you hear, Sergeant, please confirm last position. Repeat, confirm last position. We have received several distress signals from every team that departed. Do you copy? Over. You hear it start crackle as you try to respond. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I presumably immediately after that, the radio starts sparking, and Loth has to like throw his backpack off and stamp it out.
Yeah. You hear in the dying throes of the radio, 4 out of 10 shuttles down.
Ain't the shit! Ugh.
Timothy is not. Who's a little frustrated too? Like, God damn it, we had something.
Well, we know for certain now it's not a coincidence.
That's true.
It's damn good fucking radio too. Fuck.
Go ahead and Logan, ditch your long-range comlink.
Yep. Out of here.
You can always get another one later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still sucks though. That was a good radio.
Sorry, you have another like. Well, I guess maybe I can salvage it. Lightning hits it 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Well, we can still salvage it.
Hang on.
Never mind.
It's bad, but maybe 7 rhinos come running through.
It's fucking cartoon
What?
shit.
Well, it could work. Nope. Stop talking.
Yeah,
You're
stop
gonna make it
talking.
worse.
Don't say anything else.
You know what? Let's just.
Well,
not.
you all at least caught that bit that was communicated through the radio.
I think we should pull out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this.
We're still in one piece.
You've been in worse positions, pulled through.
As have I, frankly speaking.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, how about shut up?
Look, we're still alive, still able to go forwards. Now let's make that someone else's problem.
You gonna keep pushing?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Leaving behind the now defunct long-range comm, you push on. Your trek through the jungle is not easy. Dara, it takes some time. You are eventually able to get some kind of bearing, but it takes a lot longer than you would like. All in all, you figure you've been on your feet from the shuttle for probably 6.5 hours by the time you actually reach the pylon. But you are able to get there. And as you draw closer to the pylon, you see exactly that, a large metallic pylon with a couple of, bits and bobs jutting out, generating a large red shimmering electric field stretching left and right, probably about 60-70 feet tall in either the fence in either direction. The pylon itself is probably about 80 feet tall.
Well, we still have those charges.
The pylon itself is probably about what you mentally imagine if you imagine a pylon that's part of a fence like this. Pretty plain, ultimately. There is like a ladder going up to one of the higher levels with another ladder up towards closer to the top, with some accessible panels and such alongside it, as one might expect.
All right,
The-
I'm going to be quick. Sorry.
No. Say your thing and then I'll continue my narration.
Okay. I'm gonna be fast about this. They probably already know we're here.
You do note that at the top of the pylon, there is a large antenna that is drawing in some of the lightning.
Ah,
Which is good, because that means you're not going to get hit by stray lightning. But it's bad
Yeah.
because electrical sparks are going to fly out of that pylon sometimes.
It might as well be like one of those little Tesla towers.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can visibly see it discharging the struck lightning every so often.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I would say every 30 seconds or so.
Would you say that, like, okay, would our scale of weaponry be able to affect it?
Not.
Or we need something
let
like
me
more
rephrase.
explosives / ship scale?
I would say the answer ultimately is probably yes, but with time you don't have.
Okay, because I was wondering if
Yeah.
we might get Timmy to just like blow it up with his cannon.
I get
but-
you. That is feasible. It would just take time. And obviously, I know that ammo isn't necessarily an actual resource we track, but like if we're
But-
talking realistic, it would blow through Timmy's reserves to do something like that.
yeah.
If we had our ship, we could probably just shoot it, but that would be.
Sophia and Lofkata could, with time, probably cut through it and like enough to break it, but again, that's a
That'd be
time-consuming
dangerous.
effort,
Yeah.
You'd probably get hit.
and you'd probably draw in some of that lightning or some of that electrical discharge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which
But it is
Sophia
that is
would-
feasible.
This is rough.
Let's see. What happened to I'll just have that great mechanics go. Something's gonna work. I was wondering if we might be able to use the radio pieces from Lofkata's fucked up comm to like make a makeshift bomb. But I don't think that would work out.
No, and also you left it several hours ago.
Yeah. Also,
Ah.
there's a distinct lack of explosive there.
Yeah, but I was thinking we could like use like fuel cells from our guns, but that wouldn't really.
Of course,
You
the
get the
easiest
you get the sun
way-
out of my gun, out of my cold dead hands.
The easiest method to deal with this is to climb the pylon and deal with one of the panels on it. But obviously, that comes with the issue of the every 30-second discharge.
Yeah.
I have a very funny idea.
Oh.
Okay. So the dispersed lightning is probably weaker than the full-on hit lightning, right?
Rationally, yeah.
Okay. And with Protect, Timmy takes no damage from the lightning, the full power lightning.
Well, that
I
was
mean,
with
it's-
30
it's-
successes. Remember, the reduction varies.
Right. But if with weaker lightning, even with the weaker Protect, he might be able to still come out unscathed. If we
Okay,
use
this
it
is
on
what-
him, he might be able to get in there.
This is one of those things where, like, mechanically, yes, but I think it's very.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense to use like the lightning or like the force to protect him from the lightning long enough to disable it.
Right, what I'm saying is, I acknowledge that Timmy has the highest soak and naturally will take the least damage, but I don't feel great about using that mechanical knowledge to basically have him walk at front and just soak damage. Because mechanically he can.
I mean, he is the most armored person, but I understand.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so we don't got explosives. Shooting it takes too long.
I think step one is let's look around and see if we can find
I was
anything
gonna say-
nearby that can help us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, with any luck, we can steal an Imperium ship because we could use a ship
That would be nice.
just to
That
get
would be
back.
nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because otherwise,
Okay.
we're camping, and I don't have the camping gear.
I
Why-
do.
sorry, the I do got I don't know, something about it got to me. Sophia, I was prepared for this, Vansel.
Actually, hang on. Let me double check.
You got on the ship.
I think you have a survival kit, not a camping kit.
Right.
It's a little silly that a survival kit doesn't include any substantial amount of camping gear, but unfortunately, you are correct.
I mean, it's everything apart from the stuff to build the actual camp itself. It's all the how it's not got enough to build a fire. It's got enough to deal with emergencies. It's just not a tent.
Yeah.
We just can knock out.
No, we can't.
No, it's okay. It'll grow.
Okay.
It goes back.
That's
be a
not
big
really the
skin
issue
grows
here.
back.
If you'd like to look around, you can. Any of you are free to give me a perception check. Difficulty 3, 2 setback.
I will
Well,
happily.
sorry. Let me rephrase. That's going to be. Sorry. Let me rephrase. That's 2 setback for Bacta, who has his goggles. It's 4 for everyone else.
Okay, what's back to his perception?
I mean, model warriors can do this, can't we?
Yeah. Anyone is welcome to make this check.
Yeah. So
What was the difficulty again?
3.
3. Okay.
Plus 4.
Would
Four
I be
setback,
able
or
to
4
use my-
setback.
No, probably not. I was gonna ask, would it be possible to use my Omni scan for this? But probably not.
Okay.
Dara, you rolled that wrong.
I did? I did! I forgot to add it.
I was gonna say, do you cancel 2 setback?
No, I do not. I want me to delete that or roll setbacks.
Womp.
Yeah, please just roll 2 setback.
Okay.
Iris, will you be attempting the roll?
Wow!
I might as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you roll despair, you
What have we got
explode.
to lose?
That's not true.
We can't roll a despair on this check, Chief. It's
I,
not
in,
really
in,
fun.
in fact, if you roll a despair, that would be very impressive.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Sophia does not see shit.
Ooh.
Big headache.
Big headache. You look around. Dara, as far as any things that can actually, as far as any form of ship or shuttle, that seems to be a no-go. There's no landing zone or platform anywhere near here. Most likely, if you had to hazard a guess, to actually maintain these, they probably drive out in vehicles, like hovercraft out here, and then go back rather than fly. There's nowhere where they would stop out here.
Mm-hmm.
And for other means of help, there doesn't seem to be much. This is pretty, just out in the jungle.
Okay, yeah. Are there any trucks from or not trucks, signs of vehicles moving through here, like tracks? Like even if
No.
they're hovering, they would feel okay.
No, they wouldn't really leave out much if they're depending on how far off the ground they're hovering.
Well, if it's a jungle, they will be passing through brush, which would cause an indentation over time.
Nothing that's visible, readily at least.
Okay. Not coming up with a whole lot here. It is possible. If we went back to the crash site, we may be able to salvage something we could then use. That'd be a long walk, though.
That'd be a long walk, and you might get lost again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering it's probably because we've been walking for minimum 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We probably left like mid-afternoon at the earliest.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to not do that if we can.
You,
Yeah, it's
Lute is
probably-
right. It is not far from getting dark.
Yeah. We want to just find shelter and set up camp and deal with this in the morning.
I feel like the longer we
But
stay,
it-
the higher the chance we're gonna get jumped, and that goes double if we're like sleeping out here.
We're going to have to set up camp soon anyway because I do not want to travel in the jungle in dark. Because that sounds like a great way of just one of us disappearing horror movie style.
Well, if you want to just take time, again, Timothy can probably just unload into the thing. It will just take time and cost him in ammunition
I would-
essentially.
In that
I
case,
would essentially think that doing that it depletes the battery and moots recharging.
Yeah, that's
right.
probably what I would say. Is that you are just unable to use your cannon until you're back at base essentially.
If we go that route, then Dara's gonna check to make sure there's no security systems that'll be alerted when we start firing on that thing.
Sorry, can you please repeat that? I didn't quite catch you.
Dara's gonna check for any security systems or like things that will trigger if we start like destroying this thing.
In what way? Like, are you talking about internal security in the pylon, or like anything external?
External first.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you just outright, you can't see anything that looks like external sensors.
Okay. I'm looking at too a little close enough to check. We could throw a rock at it, see if something happens.
I suppose you can, if you want to throw a rock at it. Do you want to throw a rock at the pylon?
You know what? I just realized.
Yeah.
Sophia, you have move, right?
We could throw a very big rock at the pylon.
Big rocks might be more effective at just like fucking this thing up than like a blaster shots.
There aren't that many big rocks around to throw, I think,
Okay.
is the biggest issue here.
We could
True.
try and like blast down a tree. Exactly.
You could do that. You could try and pull a Leon.
Leon?
That's
Don't worry
my
about
character in Pathfinder did that yesterday. He ripped a tree out of the ground and threw it.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know what?
God.
They like. Actually, you know what? We could just use our lightsaber. Like, not. I say our. Use the lightsabers to like saw a tree so it crashes down onto the pylon.
You could at least use the lightsabers to cut down.
Yeah.
Probably not any of the biggest trees, but you could cut down, a tree with not such a thick trunk, and then Sophia could throw that. Yes, that is completely valid.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's actually a good idea then.
If you want to try that.
I think we're probably gonna have better luck with that than just shooting it. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you for a fact, shooting it will work. It'll just take time.
Yeah.
And possibly also draw attention to us
Mm-hmm.
quickly.
If it's
Oh,
just
like
a tree,
cutting
then-
down a tree won't.
Like
Then-
destroying the
more
pylon
confusion
at all
there.
in any way won't. We're destroying a pylon, which presumably it's connected to some kind of network. They're going to notice. It's not a subtle
Yeah.
act.
Plus, we did
Okay.
like just
You
crash.
guys
falling
are
rather than
discussing the most
intentionally
subtle
struck
way
down.
to bring down a large structure.
Yes, but a tree will be faster, meaning we have more time to escape.
Exactly.
Potentially.
I
Assuming
think it's worth a
Sophia
shot.
doesn't
Also,
drop
it's
the
funny.
fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with the tree, but
Okay.
this is not a stealth op, guys.
Okay, so
You're right, you're right.
to be fair, hold on, I have to mentally come to terms without dealing with morons. Give me a moment.
You're only just now figuring that out.
No, I'm just
We
now
have a
accepting
stream
it.
here.
You've been in denial for
Okay.
years, my friend.
Okay, so Sophia and Lofgata are going to cut down a couple of decently sized trees with their lightsabers,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
I
guess
don't know
so.
about baseball.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're the
lot-
pitcher.
Right, it's space baseball.
Okay, that's
You're the pitcher.
So it's
not a
baseball,
ball.
is what you're saying.
I can't believe you guys.
We can cut it into the ball. It makes
We're
you
not
feel
going
better.
plaid.
But that's
Anyway.
is that the plan?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. Then okay. The group of you spend. You notice it's pretty easy to notice that it's getting darker here under the canopies
Mhm.
as the planet's sun is as you're starting to approach night. You move collectively and quickly as a team. Sophia and Lovkata, you join forces to cut down trees, basically acting as both sides of a large saw, right, going on
Mhm.
different sides,
Yep.
carefully cutting through trees that are big, but not so big that you can't reasonably, cut them enough.
Mhm.
You're not going for the largest, oldest trees by any means. Felling down a couple of trees, after which, you got Bacta and Dara debranching a little bit to make it a bit more of a. Well, because if you hit with a bunch of leaved branches, it's going to lessen the impact and whatnot.
Mm.
Debranch probably even help cut some of these chunks of tree into better sized logs that are going to just hit more rather than just throwing a whole tree at it. Either way, you collectively work as a team to make a small pile of large 6 feet cubes of fucking log. Takes you about an hour collectively. All right, Sophia, you have ammunition.
Alrighty.
I'm only
Darla
going
would
to
start
need you to
collecting,
roll
tree branches
for.
to use.
Sure. So, Iris, I'm only going to make you roll for the initial volley
Okay.
because you're just going to keep going anyway because until you're out of ammo, presumably.
Yeah.
So I just want to see how it goes.
Okay. So what's the silhouette of these cubes I'm throwing now?
I'm gonna say. Oops. I'm gonna say they're silhouette 2.
Okay. Which means
You've
I'm
cut them
rolling
all down
against-
to be roughly that size.
Okay, so I'm rolling against difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Here
They're all
we
you know
go.
they're silhouette 2 with their combined size and weight.
20 damage per throw is significantly more than we'd be getting with our cannon.
Okay. Here we should go. Yeah, that'll do it.
That will do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That's 23 damage, plus 3 advantages. Plus, I'm going to use those 3 advantages to recover strain.
Sure.
And I'll crit the thing for all that matters.
You deignite your lightsaber. You got this lined up and everything. You take a deep breath. You don't quite meditate, but you steady yourself. Take a couple of breaths as the rain and thunder continues on in the sky. You can feel the humid wind and everything as you lift your first chunk, chuck it. All of you see it fly through the air. It lands square in the middle of the pylon, leaving a small dent in the metalwork. This block of wood shatters on impact into lots of different sized smaller pieces, as one might expect. And then the next, and the next, and Sophia keeps going. It takes maybe a minute to get through these cubes. You don't even get through all of them before one of them impacts against the now slightly crooked and dented up pylon, and this one does enough damage. Some central beam within is like dented enough that you hear the loud groan of metal as you watch the thing start to bend, like maybe around the 40% up along the thing mark.
Yeah, I think we should move.
You move, you get a little bit further away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot further away from it because typically I don't want to be anywhere near a building that's bending like that.
You make some distance. You watch the thing bend. You hear the groaning. You can see the parts of the side that helps maintain this 80-foot fence start to give as the fence begin to flicker. Electrical sparks fly from within this thing as all its internal mechanics are being destroyed, crushed under the weight of the pylon. There is a loud, very visual flash as just parts of it snap. You can hear the loud crackle of electricity as this thing just kind of bends in and tears itself up from the ground slightly and tips forward like a tree. Hits the ground with a small explosion as the thing starts out in several flames. Both sections of the fence to its left and right are completely gone from this thing coming down. That did it.
Yeah,
All right.
God damn.
that's a job well done, I think.
As best as we could do, given the circumstances.
You watch the jungle on the other side of the fence. As you can see, after a few moments, some of the jungle's creatures creep closer towards where the fence was, realizing that it's gone, and cautiously begin. So a couple of them cautiously make their way towards the fence, realizing that it's not that they can just get out. They get out. Lofkata,
Yes.
you explode.
Well, that's
Okay.
not good.
Oh,
Damn.
shit. All right.
I think that's fair.
Lofkata, make me a discipline check.
Difficulty?
3.
I'm going to tap a light side point.
Before you roll,
Okay.
Iris, would you like to assist?
I would love to. So I have 5 willpower and 5 discipline. So you get
The willpower.
Yeah.
Because he only has 2 willpower.
yeah.
Okay, so that puts me at 5 green dice. Upgraded twice from my skill ranks, then upgraded again because of the light point.
Yep, that sounds
Okay.
about right to me.
Rolling. Hell yeah.
Lofkata, you get a feeling.
Is it pride?
Maybe a little bit. No, you get this feeling. You hold your hand out. You can, for a brief moment, you feel as if you are part of something greater. And I don't mean in the sense of you are part of some movement. You can feel as if a greater whole is working with you.
Okay.
It feels weird, but it feels great at the same time. You hold a hand out. Sophia, you can feel movement in the force.
I see.
And a few moments later, from the other side of this fence, you watch as 3 large flying creatures, like big hawks essentially, land in front of the party.
Hmm. Brief moment of flashbacks.
Yeah, Sophia, you're like cover your hand
Oh.
instinctively.
Yeah.
Now these large birds are, well, they're big. They have 2 sets of wings rather than 1, and 4 eyes rather than 2.
Standard alien fare,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. They observe you curiously and idly.
Can Loft sense their thoughts?
Sure.
Okay. I only get to roll 2 force dice for this because of this fucked up
shit.
Yeah, fucked up shit.
It's fucked up.
Well.
Do you just need 1, don't you?
Is sense thoughts separate from the sense power?
Yes,
Yeah.
we've gone over this before.
Okay.
They are separate uses of the ability.
Okay. Yeah, so he can sense one of them.
Sure, you sense one of their thoughts, and that's difficult because these things don't think like you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these are... But you get a sense of gratitude. It's quite hard to parse their actual thoughts, but they are... The one that you are sensed from has at least... You get the impression that you called out to it, whether you intended to or not.
Okay. 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 You know what? If he's able to call out to it, and he recognizes that, Loth is going to try and commune with it to ask which direction the resistance base is.
Do you ask just out loud?
Yes.
Tilts its head at you in that bird-like fashion and makes a loud chirp that sounds like 2 chirps at once.
Okay. Yeah.
Where it like shifts and turns its back to you and spreads its wing out. Its wings out, rather.
It's not flying away. It just turns its back and spreads its wings.
Yep.
Wait, how big is this thing?
Oh, bigger than you. Way bigger than you.
Okay. Gotcha. Loth is going to slowly approach and climb aboard.
Yeah, it seems to let you.
Okay. All right.
All right.
The other 2 that are with it, they kind of also turn for the rest of you.
Come on.
All right then.
They're letting us climb on.
gonna
Bacta
take us
looks
They're gonna take us home.
very uncomfortable with this. This seems very weird, even for Jedi.
Or just kind of shrugs.
What's Sophia's thoughts on these birds?
Loth has the
I-
stupidest grin on his face right now.
Sophia's maybe not as enthusiastic, but she can tell pretty easily, I think, that something of significance is going on here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Something. What's the word I'm looking for?
Witchcraft.
Something profound.
Oh, we went in different directions, but okay.
And she's just going to try and accept it for what it is.
You get on the fucking bird, though, right?
Yes.
You all get on the weird fucking birds.
Yeah, Timothy's gonna get on.
Better than walking.
Yeah.
you distribute across the backs of these 3 birds. Once you're all up, they take off into the air, which requires you to hold on as best you can. The storm keeps going, but these birds fly through it without too much difficulty. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually they breach the canopy and you soar through the actual air more, seeing the settlement where the local militia and the clones have their forward base come into view as the birds drop you off right outside of it. They set down. You presumably climb off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Luff goes to basically pet the bird.
It lets you give it a couple of pats.
Yeah.
Once you're all off, they take off and fly off again. About a dozen or so people around the base of this, the mountain here, this like large rocky spire, look completely fucking stunned.
It's like, what it was just so.
What, like it's hard?
Everything just looks around, noticing the people watching us.
I suggest we get moving.
Yeah, I think we've made enough of an entrance.
You make your way up the settlement, presumably. Are you heading straight to see Commander Ratch?
I think so. I think we should at least.
Okay.
Yep.
As on your way up, you notice that there are notably less clone troopers here than when you set off.
Yeah.
And you also notice that there are a couple of stretchers laid out with ones in severe injuries.
The crashes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Most of them are headed back.
You make your way up into the converted bar. As you head in, Ratch is in the midst of communicating with a couple of the other, clone officers here. He looks very surprised to see you. He's like, "Oh," he gives Sophia a note, "Commander." He gives all of you a nod. "I wasn't sure we'd see you again."
We're fine. The mission's a success.
The
He looks
pylon has been-
genuinely surprised.
Our ship got struck by lightning. We had to make it to the pylon on foot. Because of our condition, we weren't really able to do much aside from just destroy it, but the animals are out.
Well, that's a shame, but you completed the mission, which is more than I expected. That not given your... He raised a hand, quickly, not because of the quality of your work, but because of circumstances.
You circumstances. We understand.
Basically, every shuttle that we sent out earlier this morning got struck down.
Yes.
I
Inconvenient.
presume there were no survivors.
Well, we saw
Right.
some.
Yeah, you saw some.
Oh, fair.
He's
Okay.
like, there were survivors, but no one got back uninjured.
I see.
We're
We
lucky
did
in
lose
that
several
sense.
good men.
I think
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, I think Sophia is the one who helped save us in the crash, but pilot was killed.
Well, that's unfortunate. He was a good man. Well, I'm very sad, pleased to see you return with a successful mission. No less. It will do good for everyone's morale to know that one of the missions succeeded.
Indeed. Have we ascertained... Oof. Well, it sounds silly to ask, but the source of the lightning? It is quite a bit coincidental that we all got struck down.
Before Ratch has a chance to speak up, Rostel kind of makes her entrance from the other ways into here. She's like, says, "Well, the planet is known for volatile storms. She looks towards Sophia, kind of exchanging a look of, do you also have that that vibe, you know?
Yeah. She just kind of nods.
I personally believe that some supernatural matters were at play here.
I agree.
Still, nothing to do about it. It's like, well, you've earned your rest tonight, that's for sure, sir, for sure. If you have to sustain any major injuries, I recommend you get them checked out. Otherwise, go get your rest. Eat something, rest up.
I think that's all we need.
Sure.
Actually, do you still need help with comms? We were trying to communicate with you, and we nearly did, but if I can help get in contact with any of the other survivors, maybe.
Ratch, like, we still have 2 teams out in the field. If you want to go help the communications team, that would be greatly appreciated.
Loft nods and heads right over.
Ratch looks towards Baxter. Baxter, can you lend us your services?
Yes, Commander.
He's not. Good man. All right, you're gonna fork off to do the different things before getting the rest you so rightfully need.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and take a rest.
Hey.
Logan, make me a computers check. Maybe you should invest in some ranks in computers.
I probably should, shouldn't I?
Go ahead and give me a computer check. I'm going to call it difficulty 3, and I'm going to say 3 setback. Actually, make that 2.
Okay.
And a boost die, because you do get the boost die for any interaction with members of Thoran's faction while you're here.
Yes, true. Oh my god.
You know what? Thanks to your help, you are able to bring back both of those teams that are still out there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They're injured and have lost some members, but you are able to help guide them back.
Fuck yeah.
Beautiful.
You all get some rest, and the next day beckons. As you wake up, sorry, did anyone want to do anything during the previous day, or am I good to go? I didn't mean to just jump ahead in case anyone had something they wanted to do.
I don't think so.
Okay. The next day,
I can't think of anything.
next day beckons. So you wake up. The storm has completely left. It is clear, hot, and humid as usual.
Of course.
You are going about your business around the middle of the day when you are all urgently called to join the ranch. You all gather up from the different places of the base where you are, I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ratch looks at you immediately as you arrive and says, "Good. And I'm glad to see that you were able to respond quickly. We have a situation."
What's going on?
He gestures towards one of the clones, Logan, who you know that's the operation officer of the comms team. He's the head of the comms team. He steps forward with that. He has his helmet off. He has like a single, like a headphone kind of like only over one ear, and like a mic headset like connected with like a cable to like a data pad and everything that he's wearing. You know, he's like wearing comms equipment and all of that.
Of course.
Right. We have received a communication using Imperium codes from an Imperium source.
I see.
Asking specifically to speak with you. Like, nods towards your team.
Oh, great.
Is it from someone specific?
He nods at like I said, if we're not mistaken, this comes from the Imperium forward base here on the planet.
And they're asking for us.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Ratchkis does it. I wanted to talk with you before giving any orders about it, since it concerns you.
All right.
I assume they haven't said why they want us, just that they do.
The ops officer said, "Correct, Commander. We've been given instructions to call back when you are available." And then Ratch kind of interjected, "If we accept the idea of hearing them out."
Right.
They must be getting desperate if they're trying to call out to us.
The first time this kind of thing has happened to us, though.
Well, remember, our objective has primarily been to get the Imperium to lose interest in the planet, not force them out through violence alone.
Exactly.
If we
Ratch
can-
kind of, it looks a little. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You go first.
She's like, if this is an opportunity to persuade them that they are wasting their time here, then I think it would be worthwhile for us to take it.
Ratch looks a little skeptical. Says, "I don't like it, Commander."
I certainly don't intend to take any proposition of a meeting at face value, but this is potentially a chance to do what we came here for.
Ratch again kind of just shakes his head. He said, "The call's up to you ultimately, given it was addressed to you. I'm just saying I don't like it, and neither does Watea. She stormed out of here a little before you arrived."
Hmm.
I see.
Yeah, the operations officer looks towards the group. Said, "Would you? Do you want me to connect you? Yes or no?"
Loth looks towards Sophia, like, deferring to you.
I'm in favor.
Do it.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear them out.
Did you say do it? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Operations officer gives a nod, goes through at the command console here. You can see like the hologram project empty for a few moments before it connects through. You spot as the holographic image clears up, you come face to holo with Captain Gale Nestor.
Oh,
This is not a surprise. We knew he was in charge of the Imperium forces here.
Yep.
yeah, I just now remembered.
Yeah.
He gives a nod that says, "Greetings. I appreciate your willingness to take this comm."
Greetings, Captain. It's been a while.
He looks at Sophia and says, "Longer for you than for me."
Is that correct? Hang on.
Well, what he's implying is that he probably dealt with Sophia's not Sophia body.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Or rather, let me rephrase. That is the implication I'm giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just kind of raises an eyebrow and says, You called us for a reason, of course. I assume you have a proposal of some kind?
That I do. A meeting.
She thinks about it for a moment, and is like, for what purpose?
A duel.
A duel?
Correct. Not against you. I would like to fight your Padawan.
Ah!
Sophia kind of crosses her arms, and she's like, and why would we agree to this?
Because if you win, we will withdraw.
Hell of a
I-
bargain.
I gathered that much. I simply find it strange that you would propose to duel a student rather than rather than a fully fledged Jedi Knight.
Yeah. Takes a moment. Like, my understanding is that your personal skills lie more in the manipulation of the Force than the blade. I'm more interested in the blade.
I see.
Because it says neutral grounds. It says, you may bring all the members of your team. I will, however, bring a couple of my knights as security. They will be prohibited for interfering with the duel.
And if I
As
lose?
well. Sorry, let me finish and then I'll
Yes,
answer
yeah,
you real
yeah.
quick. Yeah. As I expect, the rest of your team will also not interfere. Then they'll can't ask any if you lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like then you withdraw from the planet.
Loth kind of like worriedly looks over at Commander Rosh, just like,
Ratch is not clearly visibly has thoughts, but he's not interfering with your communication.
yeah, fair.
Sophia thinks about it for a moment, and then she says, "For clarity, you would not accept me fighting in my Padawan's stead?"
Correct.
Even should I restrict myself solely to the blade?
Tell you what, Iris, will you make me a negotiation check?
Or what difficulty?
9 billion. Make it at difficulty 4, please.
4.
4 billion.
Alrighty, here it is. Ooh.
Thanks, Roman says. We can discuss.
She thinks about it for a moment, and then says, "Similarly, we'd like a moment to discuss things amongst ourselves, if you don't mind."
Take the time you need. He looks towards the side, like of the hologram. He talks to someone, not in frame.
Mhm.
Before he looks back, like, I'm having one of my officers forward coordinates. I will be there waiting. I will be there until midday. If you do not arrive, I will assume you have forfeited the challenge. Good day.
Woo.
And the comments, of course.
Yeah.
The officers like they cut the comm.
Indeed.
So they're not aware I can also force move stuff, it seems.
I don't believe that's the crux of the issue. Their uh their belief is that you're more skilled with a lightsaber than I, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't quite disagree with that assessment. But
If you want a lightsaber duel, why don't we just get Serio on this?
Casario would kick his ass.
Exactly.
The GM suddenly remembers Sarah was meant to be here the whole time.
I didn't want to say it, but you are correct.
I was gonna mention him earlier, but people were talking. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let simmer.
You are
I think it's
completely right, dude. I did forget.
I think it's safe to assume you probably weren't going to let Serio fight anyway. You were gonna have
Serio got on like a shuttle. He left. He got bored.
Well, I am sure that if I would come up with a completely reasonable reason, but also I just don't think it would be as fun to have two NPCs fight each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 No faulting you there, but it is
I have to
very
at least
funny.
acknowledge he's here, though.
Okay, to be clear, Seyu is present. He didn't join you on your mission yesterday, as he instead joined another of the missions.
Right.
Because spread apart the force users, you know,
Yeah.
put them on different teams.
Make use of their talents.
He is fine. He was a little banged up, but nothing that couldn't be just healed with some time.
He was in a bad mood, so not much changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to just to acknowledge it, he is here at the base. He's not here in this meeting.
Yeah.
Commander Ratchlak, I don't like it.
It's a troubling proposal.
Lafkada, do you think you could do it, theoretically?
Quite frankly, I'd love to. But I'm a little nervous about putting the entire Resistance's presence here on the line.
Sophia thinks for a moment, then she says, there's also a point of contention in that the precise terms of how the Force may or may not be employed was not established. Traditionally, it's a staple of lightsaber combat to begin with. Lightsabers are not wielded in the same way as conventional blades.
You are correct, Iris. To clarify from my end, the implication is isn't that the Force is placed no part. It's no, active use of a lot of Force abilities is the implication.
Right, but my what I'm getting at is, like, obviously it would preclude things like, say, move or protect, but where does something like sense
meditation.
Well,
fall here?
I understand. The problem is very difficult to communicate any of that diegetically, because that you know.
Yeah.
I understand.
But you are fine to use either you or Lofgata, to be clear, would be fine to use sense, because he is also capable of using sense.
Okay. That's the main thing I needed to know.
Yes, if you're asking just purely because again, I don't have a way of communicating that in any good way in RP.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Sophia thinks long and hard, and she says, if we're To do this properly, as a knight and a Padawan of the Jedi Order, it would not be right for me to let you go in my stead in a duel like this.
Ratch takes it and says, perhaps we should consult the general.
That may be wise.
He looks towards the ops technician who gets Thoran on the line. Thoran joins via holo.
He has been added to the Zoom
Yeah.
call.
Like, Commander Rash. So like Vansel, Lofkata, what's the situation?
We've been contacted by Captain Gale Nestor. He's made a proposal that, after some discussion, we've found troubling, and we'd like your counsel.
Proceed.
His proposal is a duel. The terms he established were that he would like to duel one of us, and whomever loses the duel, consequently, must withdraw their own side from the planet. The issue arises, of course, in that, for one, it is not a given that this offer is being made in good faith, but additionally, his preferred course is to duel my Padawan.
Thoran immediately looks, I don't want to say insulted, but like he has a reaction to it.
Mm-hmm. And Sophia says, which I am opposed to for a variety of reasons.
As am I. If he has any issue, then it is I who he should fight.
That is a compelling proposal, but one that I fear he may not accept. Likely because he would lose, I think.
Perhaps so.
He initially insisted on dueling Lofkata under the pretense that he wants a saber duel alone without more advanced application of the Force, which lies outside of my usual talents and more within Lofkata's. Even so, it's not something I can agree to in good conscience.
Thoran kind of like, he turns his holographic head turns towards Lofkata, says, Lofkata.
Sir? Master?
Yeah, after I went to like, how do you feel about your odds of victory?
You could see him like pout and like think for a minute. I am not sure. I've obviously never fought Nestor, and I like to think that I'm a skilled swordsman, but
You look towards Sophia. Your chances.
As I said, admittedly, the bulk of my talent does not lie in dueling, but I am more than capable of holding my own if need be. My primary concern actually falls to the nature of this planet itself.
Tom's like, you've noticed. I am not surprised.
It's not an insurmountable obstacle, but I find it difficult to focus clearly here. It may impede my own ability in a duel more than Lavkada's.
He's like, and I suspect Captain Nestor will not accept a proxy in my stead.
Unlikely.
He's like, such as Surveyor Rostel. If you believe in your chances of victory, then I shall put my faith in the Force and in you. I consent to the plan.
I see.
Actually, Tez, I should ask this.
Yep.
Because of this planet's fuckery, am I only allowed to commit 2 out of my 3 force dice?
Yes, because your for maximum force pool is treated as 1 lower.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
That concerns me a bit. But
it doesn't affect you nearly as badly because you mainly use it for sense, right?
Sense and enhance is the thing. I really do like having Control Brawn active because it gives me a whole extra dice.
Reasonable.
Having sense, I would probably put it in upgrade difficulty just so I have extra defensive capability, right?
Yeah.
And then of course I would make use of Deadly Reputation to buff that defense more. Okay. I think I could do it. Assuming I have good rolls, which are not guaranteed, of course. I think I have a chance.
By the way, sorry, real quick. I forgot to have Captain Nestor say it, but just to be clear, because I think it's information that helps you make the decision, it is not a duel till death.
Just till Lorkel's uncle. Okay.
Yeah, it is a duel until yield or death. So, while you could die, you could also yield.
Yeah.
But it is not exclusively a duel to death.
Okay.
I thought you should know that, because I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
That does change things a little bit. This is really.
I steeple my fingers evilly. Evil steeping.
Oh gosh.
Listen, when has Lavkada ever made a bad decision?
Let me take a look at my obligation real quick.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
gambling addiction, gambling debt.
God, if they have like a big like billboard saying "gamble here" during the fight, it's over.
It's over for him. He just walks off. He forfeits.
Even if he's still like in the ring, he gets distracted.
Yes, Iris.
Okay, I've had a thought. If Thoran is still on the line,
yeah. If you want him to be sillier.
Sophia thinks for a moment. And then she's going to look at Lavkada. And then, oh god. I'm really debating with myself right now.
Who's winning?
How good are you at it?
Hang on. I'm just going to make a roll for my own purposes real quick.
Okay.
We
Are
love it
you
so
winning or
far.
are you winning?
I think she's winning.
Hmm.
Let's see.
My money was on her actually, so I guess.
Oh, really? Okay. Hope you didn't bet too much.
Okay.
Oh, private.
I can see it.
Indeed you can.
Could you tell me what it is?
No. If Iris
Okay.
doesn't want you to see it, then I will respect that.
Sophia looks at Lafkata and says, "Would you give us a moment, please?"
You and Thuran?
Yes.
All right.
You want the rest of the party to leave as well?
You know what? She's not gonna clarify that point.
Okay. All right.
Up to interpretation.
All right. Yeah, the rest of the party, I guess it's your interpretation whether you choose to leave or not.
Factor will step away.
Okay.
Dara will cross her arms and not move.
Nosy ass bitch.
She
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Loth will walk out of the room.
What about Timotheus? Timotongo.
Timothy will walk out.
Ratch,
Dara remains.
What audacious bitch.
well, Ratch will. If Dar is staying, then Ratch is staying. If Dar had left, then Ratch would have left because then it would just be the two of them.
Okay, at least Dara's not alone here. We get two nosy bitches.
Yeah.
Well, this is Ratch's business. He's in charge
Yeah.
of the work here on this planet.
Yeah. Once everyone has filed out, Sophia looks back at Thuran and she says, "I'm concerned about Lafkata's eagerness."
Wait, hold on. Sorry, real quick. Hey, Iris.
Yeah.
Do you, me, and Stick want to step into another voice channel?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
All right. You know what? You got me.
We'll step into your office.
Damn. All right. Well, the stream's not gonna hear this. All right. Damn.
Goodness.
Really
All right.
playing into it. I'm gonna go get a drink.
My campaign now.
Yeah. We're playing Lancer now.
Oh shit, we're playing Lancer. Whoa, okay. Hello.
That's good.
We're going through In Golden Flame again.
So, Loot, how's the goose business?
Yo. I am not feeling great right now, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you come down with some, or just like woke up way too early and it's just ruining the day?
I don't think I'm like properly sick or anything. I just don't feel great. Bit of a headache, bit of a thing. I think I need to just go pass out for another hour or two.
I woke up with a bad migraine today. I think, thankfully, took enough ibuprofen to actually get it down for session, but hopefully you feel better after your power nap after this.
I did a couple of videos giving my feedback and watching that got me back into thinking about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
Original trilogy only. I don't. There's only 3 Pirates movies. There are no movies on. At World's End is the end of it. The trilogy ends with Elizabeth Swann getting head. I'm not joking. That is like
Good
the second
for
last.
her.
But no, it did. I am now vaguely have begun the process of planning a swashbuckling Pathfinder
Hell yeah.
campaign, like or at least setting idea. Which so far has just mostly consisted of me deciding to come up with the gods first.
Mm-hmm.
And I have come up with 23 so far, or at least a very good 23,
Doing a whole
which
pantheon.
I think is about where I'm gonna end it. Unless I can count, because I'm splitting them into like various groups to make it like these are the group gods for this lot, these are the gods for this lot.
What is the favorite one you've come up with so far? If you have one.
God, I really have just thought about all of them. My favorite in terms of just because most of them are just like names and vague concepts for now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got the 4 winds gods: North Wind, East Wind, South Wind, West Wind, and then there's the Dead Wind as a 5th god for that set.
Oh, I like that.
Like the 4 winds are meant to be like gods of freedom and travel, and then Dead Wind is sort of the antithesis of that.
Mm-hmm.
The pirates have the Court of Colors, which have Father Gold, Mother Blue, Brother Red, Sister White, and then the Black. The Black is sort of the Davy Jones-esque figure, like the one who drags you down to the bottom of the sea. But my biggest one I put the most thought into is the gods for the Empire, because of course it's a swashbuckling campaign. There has to be a distant empire that's encroaching.
Of course.
British. For me, at the moment, at this current stage, for the elves, the fucking elves. So I didn't want
that.
Mostly because I didn't want it to be. I didn't want the Empire to be the humans, because the Empire is always the humans, and I didn't want that. So I decided to go with elves because fuck them.
Fuck them.
But the elves have
Damn knife
2
ears.
sets. The Empire has its own set of 10 gods. They've got the 7 pillars, which is gods that represent each of the sort of social strata.
Mm-hmm.
There's the crown for the rulership, the sword for military, scepter for the spiritual guidance, the tome for philosophy and magic, coin for mercantile affairs, the scale for law and order, and then the plough for the workers. And then they have the forbidden 3, which are sort of like the enemy gods that you're meant to work against, which is the knife for crime and violence, the blood for disease and plagues, and the whisper for treason and destruction.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, I am very much at the moment. My plan is to have this all be very much as the same sort of way gods work in Eberron, which is sure some of these gods kind of contradict each other and creation myths contradict each other. No one knows which gods are real.
Okay.
Like the gods
Yeah.
do not actively act within the world, but yeah.
Welcome back, you 3.
Thoran's call is disconnected, and the rest of you are returned to the round table.
Sophia looks at Lafkata and she says, "We've thought it over. If you're confident in your ability, Lafkata, then you will be the one to fight."
Okay. I'll do it.
Ratch heaves aside. I still don't like it, Commander, but The general has sanctioned it.
Indeed. I will choose to trust in his judgment and trust that things will go well.
God, now I'm extra fucking curious what you guys said. God damn.
Sorry,
Uh,
use this to conference.
Ratch gives out that I'll have a shuttle prepared. Because you have to set out soon. Midday is. You don't have long until midday. We received the coordinates.
Okay.
As far as we can tell, based on the coordinates and our quick map search, Captain Nestor is right. It is relatively neutral ground.
You see something go off in Loft's head, just like, oh crap. Hey, we don't have any lightsaber parts, do we?
Oh no.
Your saber's damaged.
Yes.
He shakes that says, "No, sorry."
Well, Sophia's.
Sophia thinks a moment, and she's like, it's a bit unconventional, but I wouldn't be opposed to letting you use my saber.
You sure?
This isn't going to have some forced consequences, like some taboo being broken.
No, nothing of the sort. It's, again, simply unconventional, but nothing forbids it. It may even prove to be a boon. We'll see. Besides, part of me wonders if we would even have time to repair your saber before midday, even if we had the parts.
Okay.
That gives you a nod. Says, "I go have the shuttle prepared. Get ready to move out."
Okay.
Do you want to bring Serio with you as part of your entourage?
Sure, we'll have him in the peanut gallery.
That might be
Alright.
bad for morale.
The lot of you. Okay, real quick. Is there any prep you want to do before heading there? We're not going to actually do the fight today, but we are going to
Yeah.
get to the. We're going to get up to it so we can start with the fight next time. Just to be clear.
Okay. Hold on, let me check something real quick.
Loft holds out his hand expectantly.
There it goes.
I spit in it.
No, not you.
Hang on, I'll put the saber on the Centurion.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me just check. Where is that? Where is it? I know I have that ability
Okay.
somewhere.
Let me check your stats. Do you have... Okay, you do have innate defense on it. That'll be good. Okay.
Yes, 2 innate melee defense even.
Yes. No.
It's better than mine.
Aha!
You can
Okay. Wait, never mind. Wait, no. Okay. Sorry, I had to double check something. How much does Lofkata make discipline checks?
Not especially frequently.
Yeah, I mean, in a
yeah.
Okay.
lightsaber duel, he's not really going to be making much of any.
I didn't think so. Then
Yeah.
never mind.
Did you have something that like would let me re-roll them or something?
No, I have an ability that lets me. So like when I make a leadership check on you, then you get to add a boost die to discipline checks the next like 24 hours.
Ah.
Mm.
But if you're not going to be
Pep
using a
talk me.
discipline, then
Yeah.
you know. I mean, yeah, that was basically what it was going to be.
Don't worry about it. That's I'm not gonna use that.
I
Thank you,
think a pep talk from Dara might have the opposite of the intended
For Loft, yeah, that would.
It would be a pep talk in a different kind of sense.
God.
You just to refresh your memory, Yuki, because it has been a long time. You have encountered Gale Nestor once in combat before, as you might recall after the Bear Temple.
Yes.
Right.
you just to remind you, he has a great lightsaber.
Sure does.
Oh.
Wow, is it just like really nice or?
It's
Yeah.
it's very large.
It's
Mhm.
the equivalent of a great sword as a lightsaber.
I know it's a bit because great sword
Yeah.
isn't like
No,
a
I-
descriptor of like a
I
big-
I got the bit.
I didn't because I'm stupid.
Yeah, we know.
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Any other prep you want to do before heading there?
Loth, while they're prepping and like on the ship, Loth is gonna like feel the weight of the lightsaber and how it differs from his and how he may need to adjust a little bit.
You could probably move your attachments from your lightsaber to Sophia's lightsaber and
Yeah,
just like, temporarily swap them out.
No.
No,
That's not like what attachments does he have besides
Just the magnetic
Well, I mean, like
weapon
his-
tether. That's it.
Okay,
you
that's
could also
not
use the crystals.
No,
That would no.
that
I don't know what you have on there, so
that would remove like all of the benefit of me giving him my saber except for it not being damaged.
Why is your
I thought that was like the only benefit.
No, Sophia's crystal is, I think, significantly more upgraded than Lafkada's is.
Yes.
Okay.
Their lightsabers are very much different because they're modded in different ways.
I don't know what mod she has on it because it's not listed on the thing itself, but
She got like the RTX
It's not.
shaders
It
and
should
everything.
be.
I see qualities. I don't see anything aside from the
Let's see.
modifiers.
Well, go look at the look at the description, not the configuration, not at the settings.
Oh, here are the attachment. Okay, sorry.
She's written them down here.
Neat.
You of course, Sophia presumably tells Serio, who tells you that this is a stupid fucking idea, but he's gonna come and watch anyway.
Like paraphrasing, like I'm gonna go watch you get beat up.
If there's no other prep, you fly out there. It's a decent distance from the base. The actual location that you've been called to looks like an old temple built atop one of the many jagged rocky spires. You get dropped off to like by the bottom of it so that you can dramatically walk up the stairs. Presumably, you all make your way up. And there's this ziggurat-like temple.
Ziggurat like?
Yes, it's ziggurat-esque.
I see.
It has the qualities and likeness to a ziggurat.
Does that make it not just a ziggurat?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Well, because a ziggurat is a specific type of real-world historical building attached to specific culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using ziggurat-alike to describe it.
I
visually.
mainly just know it
Yeah.
from like civilization, so I thought it was just like a type of building.
Don't use civilization as your basis for historical knowledge.
That's why I asked.
Girl
Dude,
really thinks Gandhi did that.
No, a ziggurat has a lot of religious and cultural significance to the Mesopotamian people. Sorry, I was I couldn't remember the word the
Yeah.
Sumers, the Akkadians, Babylonians.
Yeah.
Religious connotation. You make your way up. As you reach the top, you find Gale Nestor is in fact waiting here. He's seated on a bit of rubble, elbows resting on his thighs, leaning forward, kind of just looking idly at the distance as you get up here. The wind blows faintly. It's still, of course, still hot as usual, but as you approach, turns his head your way. Remains seated. Like, I see you accepted my offer.
Indeed, we have.
Good. I was hoping you would. He looks between everyone. Like, I do not mind the rest of your party staying as long as they promise not to interfere.
Those are the terms of the deal. They will be adhered to.
If my knights are present on the lower level, I'd have them. It's just for your information. I have brought 7 of them.
Right?
He rises up to his feet. He's not quite as tall as Lofgata, which, he's a human, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he's not short to be either. He rolls his shoulders. He's wearing, his full Imperium knight armor, a bit more decorative and clearly more durable than what the average knight wears.
Mm-hmm.
So, which of the two of you am I fighting?
That would be me.
Excellent. He gestures for you to step up.
Loth takes a moment to just breathe in, breathe out. He steps up.
I think as you start to step up, like Dara just comes out. I trust you,
Okay.
or we trust you.
Okay.
Loth steps
Captain.
up, holds out his lightsaber, and ignites Sophia's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He observes. There was not a moment of doubt that you would show up here.
Oh?
As of right now, everything has proceeded exactly as the Emperor prophesied.
Can I spend a light point to see if he's, like, setting up a trap? Or, like, about to set off a trap?
I think
Yeah.
he's just doing a Star Wars monologue.
If you want to, I suppose you can try and sense him out, and not literally, Pathfinder sense motive TM.
Yeah.
Yes, Iris?
Hate to be the bearer of bad news. That's not a flip a light point thing. That's a discipline check thing.
Yes, because I was going to say that what you should do is just make a discipline check then.
Okay. Difficulty.
I'm going to go ahead and call it.
It's against his discipline, wouldn't it be?
It's against his discipline.
Yeah.
So it's going to be challenge 4.
I could be funny here.
You could be funny.
You sure? What do you got?
I haven't been using this ability enough, and I'm gonna I need to start. I'm going to flip a light point myself. To use there is no try. You just succeed. One success, no other results.
Oh yeah!
It just converts any check into like straight up just a success.
Yep, you do it before the roll, and
I
it
see it.
just
Yeah, okay. I
yeah.
pulled it up. All right, cool. Yeah, no worries. You can totally do that. You get the impression, Logan, that he's not setting you up for a trap. He is just
Okay.
he's just informing you that as of right now,
This is all according to
Vatil-
plan.
This is all as Vatil has told him that things would go.
Okay.
He's horrifying.
A little bit horrifying. Hey, it's allowed. He's
Or
a
reasonable
antagonist.
amount. This is like part of the vibe.
He takes it and says, I'm glad to see. Oh, sorry, now let me restart that. Does Lofgata look at all confused by the statement?
Not confused, just like on edge.
Okay, I think that's a good enough cue for me to work with.
Okay.
He sees the look and says, I see. It's true. The Emperor did divine that all of this would transpire. It's why he sent the Swordbreakers here.
The Swordbreakers?
Swordbreakers.
Oh.
He's like, yes, you had the pleasure of encountering them at the supply depot.
You made them just for us? How thoughtful.
He's like, the Emperor is a man of many countermeasures. Looks around a little bit, just feels the heat in the wind for a few moments before he unhooks his great lightsaber, grabs it firmly with both hands, ignites it. It lets out a thrum as the blade extends to a notable length. On the side of the hilt, as well, there are two vents that open up to make a crossguard.
Yeah.
as it exhausts some of the more lights of the lightsaber there.
God.
And that's where we'll end the session.